We are live. We are live, people. Welcome to another Toronto Hoop Talk live stream. My name is Alam, and today we have a game. We have Dallas against the Raptors. I'm joining late. I made it 2 minutes into the first quarter. Could not get here on time. It is what it is, though. The Raptors are up 8-7, 2 minutes into the game. I missed my first game of the year against the Spurs. No content happened, which is unfortunate, but I was really under the weather. And I had to prioritize what I could and couldn't do on Sunday, which I'm upset about in hindsight because that game looked sick. I wish I live streamed that. That would have been one of the happier live streams. The ending, Scotty Barnes closing out that game, would have been a thing of beauty. 10-8 Dallas right now. Jakob gets blocked at the rim. That's unfortunate. Dallas goes the other way. This is gonna be I think this is gonna be a good test for our perimeter defense. Now, is Dallas as a whole like just a phenomenal team? No. But what Dallas does present is two of the most dangerous like one-on-one scorers on the perimeter. They're about as good as it gets. So when you're going up against Luka and Kyrie, you're really going to learn about what your point of attack defenders on the perimeter are all about. And we're about to see that today. You can honestly probably blame me for this Mavericks run right now because it was 8-5 Raptors when I turned the TV screen on, and within about a minute of game of basketball, Dallas has gone on an 8-0 run. So forgive me, people, but I think it's my fault. But I'm gonna get a scoreboard pulled up for people following along. Just bear with me, people. I will get this pulled up. But as always, shout out to everybody watching live and watching on replay. If you're live, you have a pretty unique opportunity to get active in the chat and be a part of this live stream and this broadcast. If you are watching this on replay and you're not familiar with what a live stream is and how watch-alongs work, the unique part of this way of doing content is, as an audience member, you get to be a part of the show. So if you're watching this on replay, make sure you hit that subscribe button. Geez, Kyrie just hit a three. To not miss out on any future streams so that you can be here and talk through the game with me. That is the upside of doing this way of content. But regardless of how or when you're watching this, make sure you hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. Two very important forms of engagement for the growth of a YouTube channel. Kyrie, I mean, that run now is 11-0 since I've turned on this TV screen. So if this gets bad, I promise you guys, I will turn the game off. I'll just sit here and talk to you guys. I will turn the game off until the Raptors get back in the game because I think I'm the problem. All right, what do we got here? We got the scoreboard set up. So it's 8-6 as people are seeing. Shout out my guy Leon tapping in from Montreal. Always supporting. I definitely appreciate that, bro. Celtics doing well. I know Leon said he's a Celtics fan. Celtics are doing really well. I'm sure he's happy about that. If you've been keeping up with the Celtics and you have opinions, we can get to that. Like I said, people, this is a Toronto-based basketball community, so of course you're going to get a lot of Toronto-related basketball conversation, but really this is a place for basketball as a whole. So, yeah. Again, guys, I'm just really, really bummed out that of all the games I missed, it was that game, unfortunately, that I had to miss. I would have loved to have missed like Chicago or missed one of the Philly games. But unfortunately, the one game I missed on this platform is one of our best comebacks in franchise history and one of Scotty's best games down the stretch. So swear to God, I'm so upset I got sick that day. But it is what it is. I did not want to come here and sound raspy as hell, sound, just have my voice sounding all annoying. That was not what I was trying to do. Wait, why do I have it set up like this? It's only me. I can have it set up like this. You guys can still see the score. Anybody watching this on replay can use that to kind of navigate the live stream to see roughly where I'm at in the game as far as what I'm talking about. That's why that's there. Shout out to everybody that's tapped in right now. Feel free to get active in the live chat. You guys, the audience members, are 100% a part of the show. That's how I do content here at Toronto Hoop Talk. Precious Achiuwa is still out in this game. So far, we've seen the starting lineup. What I was excited to see today is how Scotty's going to build on that performance against San Antonio. Obviously, it's a bigger moment than people are making it out to be. I think Raptors fans in particular, because the thing is we were going up against Wemby, and Wemby is one of the biggest spectacles in the history of basketball. And mind you, I'm saying I chose my words very carefully. The best spectacle. He is something that people want to see. Um, so when Wemby is on a basketball court, there's a big audience. There's a lot of people who are going to be tuned in. So for Scotty to have a performance like that when a bunch of people are tuned in, that's going to put your name out there in a way that nothing else was going to. And I think that's what was special about that game, because the world as a whole got to see why Raptors fans have been excited about Scotty points at different points of his Scotty Barnes at different points of his career. Sloppy possession there defensively, back cut by I believe his name is Derek Jones. I know it's a Jones Jr., but I don't know what his first name is. But that is a product of what happens when Kyrie Irving is on the basketball court. He's a very dangerous basketball player. He's somebody that teams are going to be paying attention to when he has the ball in his hands, and that opens up opportunities for other guys on the court. 18 to 11, 7:20 to go, and Dennis Schroeder just gets called for a foul. They're showing a replay of this back cut. If you look at it, literally 4 of the 5 Raptors on the basketball court have their eyes on Kyrie Irving. That is a problem. Defensively, of course, but also like that's kind of a product of what happens when a player is that good in certain situations, like Kyrie is. Pascal kicks it to OG in the corner. OG finds Pascal. I thought that was a decent spot for him to get a shot off from, but he created an even better shot for Pirtle. Now, if that's not an and one, that's dog shit refereeing. I thought he very clearly got the shot up and made it either at the same time or earlier than he got fouled. I think the referee that was, oh wow, they called that on the floor. So he doesn't even get free throws. That's terrible. It just be like that though sometimes. Pascal gets a good look from 3, misses. 18 to 11. Dennis doing a great job on Kyrie one-on-one. It's about as good as you can play defensively against Kyrie. 3-on-2 the other way. OG makes the transition possession look hard, but Pascal's there to tap it in. That was a 3-on-2 fast break with Scotty, Pascal, and OG. That's about as dangerous as we can get offensively. Getting those 3 players out and running, that's a scary sight to go against. Luka misses a shot at the rim. As Dennis drives, pumps, passes off to Pirtle, who recovers, kicks it to OG for 3, misses. What I was gonna say is I was about to name this live stream 48 minutes of Raptors fans hating their lives while Luka gets to the free throw line, or something in that effect. I didn't know how I was gonna word it. I may have done like 48 minutes of Luka living at the free throw line, or like 48 minutes of Luka foul baiting and succeed. Like I was trying to make this title revolving around the fact that I think Luka will do typical Luka things, get outrageous fouls, and get to the free throw line at a high rate. But you know what? I decided I'm in a good mood. I'm having a good day. I will make the live stream a positive title. I'm not going to get negative before the game gets negative. I said, you know what? Scotty just had a hell of a performance. Scotty has earned some real estate in the Toronto Hoop Talk live stream title. So I made it Scotty season because, the clock's turned. It's officially Scotty season. And yeah, I think that game against San Antonio was the first day that the clocks turned. So maybe, maybe that has something to do with it. Basket made by a Raptor. I kind of took my eyes off the TV screen. It is what it is. Luka going around the screen generates a great advantage off the pick and roll. Pirtle was basically in no man's land. One defender in charge of two players offensively. And of course, an easy layup is produced. Mavericks are up 11. So they are on a 19-5 run since I've turned this TV on. Again, people, I think I may have been the problem. The Raptors were doing fine before I turned it on. Pascal takes a 3. It looks terrible. It doesn't even come close. OG's got the Luka assignment. Gary Trent aggressively doubles and just accidentally walks into the passing lane without knowing what he did defensively. But that's, oh my God. Pascal charge in transition. Is it just me, or is that happening more this year? I don't remember it being like this prior to this year. This is wild. This is so wild. And the thing is like, I don't think now all of a sudden teams figured like, look, Pascal's great at driving to the basket, get in front of him, set your feet, and take a charge. That's probably been known for a long time. What is it about this year that now all of a sudden Pascal's getting all these charging calls? Like, did he all of a sudden just like lose the niftiness and the craftiness around the rim? Is it a confidence thing? Is it a I don't know what it is. But oh boy. Luca almost did the thing that I made the title off of. Some elite foul baiting there. I mean, at the end of the day, that is a call. They do call that in the NBA, but it's just typical thing. Create a bit of an advantage, pump fake, get a defender in the air, shoot it, get to the line, like clockwork. It's not really even about making baskets. It's about getting to the free throw line, which is cool because at the end of the day, if it works, you should do it. But I hate watching it, and I especially hate watching it when it's going up against my team. So Luka will shoot free throws to extend an 8-point lead, or I think it was a 7-point lead. Now he's going to try to extend it to a 9-point lead. I'm just seeing for the first time he's got like a Travis Kelce mustache going, and that looks real nasty. It looks real nasty. I'm not a fan. I don't know if you guys are a fan of those mustaches, but I don't know. It's definitely not for me. Dennis, good little shot from the elbow. That seems to be his spot. I feel like that's where his mid-range shots tend to go in from the elbow at a higher rate than anywhere else, I feel. Tim Hardaway Jr. takes a sidestep, Gary Trent 3 in Gary Trent's face, and he misses it just like Gary Trent. Gary Trent takes his it's his turn to take a bad 3, and he misses as well. It is what it is. Oh no, Luka with Gary Trent guarding him. Somehow Luka just decided to not punish Gary Trent there and take just a deep 3 and miss. We get in transition the other way. The thing to point out there, people, jacking up 3s can be bad for a number of reasons. One of the reasons is that deep shots tend to result in deep rebounds. So you have a higher likelihood of springing a fast break off jacking up a 3 than like obviously shooting a mid-range. Because that's what happened there. Luka's bad decision had multiple layers to the bad decision. Because he sprung the transition the other way from his miss. And obviously you don't plan to miss, but that's a part of the equation when you shoot a 3. And that's a part of the reason why, it's important to be careful about 3s. But Pascal makes a shot under the rim. I think it came off a miss. I don't know if he got his own the offensive rebound off his own miss or somebody else's miss. But it's a 3-point game. So I can rest easy. I could rest with the easy conscience, knowing that I'm not the reason that the Raptors lead got smashed to pieces. I'm here, and they made a run, so I'm going to get to keep this game on, people. It is a 3-point game, 24-21. 3 minutes to go in the first quarter. High scoring game so far. We might be in for a shootout, people. Shout out to everybody that's watching live right now, and shout out to anybody who might be catching this on the replay, watching afterwards. This is an interactive live stream, so for those of you guys who aren't necessarily used to streaming or watch-alongs, but the cool way of doing content like this is that the audience is a part of the show. What that means is you can get active in the live chat with any thoughts you might have, any questions, any just generally your comments or remarks as a whole. This is a Toronto-based basketball community, meaning that, yes, you're going to get a lot of Toronto-oriented basketball content, but this is a basketball community as a whole where, all conversation that you guys can come up with related to basketball is welcome. So you get active in the chat. We will talk about whatever you want to talk about. And if you're watching this on replay, just know that you could be here right now, a part of the show right now. So make sure you subscribe to the channel to make sure you don't miss out on any future live streams. With that stuff out of the way, I'm very excited about this game. I'm very I look forward to seeing how we do in a shootout against a team that's got they got weapons like Kyrie, Luka. Of course, like the Mavericks team doesn't function at a high level, but those are just bucket getters. So to see our sometimes struggling, our lineup that tends to struggle with shooting and scoring, and especially in half-court situations, to see us in a shootout against these two players, it'll be fun to see. I look forward to seeing what the Raptors can pull off in a game like this. Obviously, high scoring so far, so I do expect more scoring to go on. Clearly a back and forth game. Like I say all the time, basketball is a game of runs, meaning that the vast majority of a basketball game will be pretty evenly contested, right? But there will be small segments of the game that one team goes on a run. And really, who can win the battle of the runs is going to decide most basketball games. So if you see what's happened so far in the first quarter, Raptors started out, I think, up 8-3. That's a pretty minor run, but then Dallas answered with a pretty big run of their own. And Toronto's answering right now with a run of their own. So yeah, it's a 3-point game right now. I think at some point we saw a double-digit lead for Dallas. I think the Raptors may have even been up 6-0 to start the game. So back and forth affair, people. We got Grady on the court now. So Malachi, Grady, Gary Trent on the court with a front court of Scotty and Pascal. So this is a pretty interesting lineup. You got two guards, basically three guards and two forwards. Again, I do like. Now here's the thing: it's not even about the usefulness or the effectiveness, but I do like the Darko substitutions because I feel like he tries a lot. He tries things like just interesting things, and he really gives a lot of players opportunities. Which I think the place we are at a franchise, that's what we need to be doing because we need to turn over every stone in the name of finding value on the roster because we're at a like value deficit when it comes to our roster and our contract and our future assets in terms of draft picks. We're at a deficit. We need to maximize what we have right now before we take the required steps to move forward as a franchise. So again, it seems like we have the right coach for that. Unfortunately, we might not have the right players for that, but it is what it is. You try your best, you see what happens. 8-point lead for Dallas now. Defensively, Raptors have done a poor job out of the timeout. Malachi Flynn, Gary Trent Jr., jacks up a three early in the shot clock and misses. It's not even close. You don't like to see that. I think that's twice now that he's got a shot up early in the shot clock from three without really considering anything else in the possession. And it's wasted because there's a missed three. A missed three on the other end brings a transition look for us that Gary finishes off. So Malachi Flynn did the basics right there. And look, when Malachi Flynn does the basics right and just doesn't hurt us, that's a positive because he's more than capable of hurting us. Malachi Flynn then plays great defense against Tim Hardaway Jr. Unfortunately, okay, Grady. Let's go. We got the effort defensively from Grady. That's not what he's known for. That's not what we've come to expect of Grady. But he got two deflections on that possession. Active hands, engaged defensively, trying to make things happen. You like to see that early in a rookie's career. In the part of his game that needs work. Everybody on planet Earth who's watched Grady knows that part of his game needs work. So to see that clearly he's at least trying is a good sign in terms of at least like him knowing he has to improve in it. They're calling a jump ball here. I think it's Grady in the jump ball. So we're about to see if white men can jump. The movie title seems to suggest they can't, but we're going to find out for ourselves, people. This is a guy that tried to dunk on somebody a few games ago. So you got to respect him for that. 100% you got to respect him for that. Let's see what this jump ball says. I don't actually know who the Grady won the jump ball. White men can jump, people. White men can indeed jump. Is this a kick ball? Hope it's against Tim Hardaway Jr. I hope we can get a call here. Yep, Scotty Barnes is about to inbound this basketball. 31-25. Otto Porter Jr. is checking in. I'm assuming he's checking in for Pascal Siakam. I think he did. Yes, he did check in for Pascal Siakam. Grady. Nice little two-man game with Scotty. Grady tried to big boy somebody, shove him out the way with his shoulder and get a shot to go. Misses. Scotty doing the hard work underneath the basket, gets the not the offensive rebound, but he gets fouled underneath the rim, which is basically, more or less the same thing. But we get another crack at scoring on this possession. 43 seconds to go. End of the first. I don't know if it doesn't look like we're in the bonus. So no free throws. But somebody is complaining, so maybe, I don't know. Maybe someone's claiming that. I actually don't know what they'd be complaining about right now. We got the call, guys. Just play basketball. Gary does a good job of finding Otto Porter, who can't get a three to fall. That's a decent look. A shooter like Otto, you love to see some makes there. Tim Hardaway Jr. Oh man. In hindsight, seeing what Kyrie did with the ball there, man, you'd love to see Tim Hardaway Jr. get that shot. If I'm being completely honest. My guy. Shout out my guy, Rio. Rio, what are you saying? How much of this game have you watched? I missed the first 2 minutes. I missed the part where the Raptors were up in this game. I've only been around to see the Raptors doing bad. A basket by somebody. Kyrie gets the shot up after the buzzer ends. 6-point game, people, 33-27. Francisco Mendoza says, do you think Kyrie is hitting 25? What is he at right now? Also, out of curiosity, are you soliciting gambling advice right now? I just need to know. Before I answer, I need to know if I'm potentially costing somebody money or not. What is he at? Kyrie's at 7. Kyrie's at 7. Does he get 8? How many minutes has he played? He's got 7 points in 7 minutes. Yeah, he's getting 25. He's getting 25. You can bet that. You can bet that. Okay, so I see that Rio missed a good part of the game as well. It's a shame, bro. First 2 minutes of the game, I think we were up. I think we were up 6-0 to start the game. I tapped in when it was 8-5, and bro, Mavs went on a 19-4 run immediately. I didn't get to experience any joy. And the thing is like I missed the last game. So the last game against the Spurs is the only Raptors game I didn't watch or do any type of content for because like I was pretty sick. So unfortunately, like probably one of our better games this year in terms of entertainment value, I missed. And now I tune into a Dallas game and we're getting smoked. All of a sudden, we were like down 11 at our worst point. No, I'm not into gambling. What about 22 points? I bet my friend that's why. Okay, fair enough. Yeah, but bro, I said he's gonna hit 25, so definitely 22. My thing is like, if anything, like 30. If you tell me 30, I don't think so. I don't think he's gonna hit 30, but 25, 100%. I could see 25. Francisco, are you a Mavericks fan? Is that what it is, or are you a Raptors fan? But yeah, Kyrie, he has 7 and 7. He's hitting 25. We got some stats, boy. Mavericks shooting 61%, Raptors shooting 42%. We're shooting 3. Wow, how are we only down 6? I gotta do a bit of a deep dive into the stats to see how that can happen. DK 37, just getting the StreamYard link to throw in the group chat for the homies to see if anybody wants to drop by. I bet my friend that's why. Okay. Oh yeah, I already looked at this. I'm a Raptors fan, but I think Kyrie is going to hit 20. I agree. So you know what it is, right? If I was going to take a chance on betting a Mavericks player doesn't do well, I would bet Luka. And the reason I'd bet Luka is that like I trust OG more than I trust Dennis, and also I think Luka is more likely to get going, dishing it off than Kyrie. I think Kyrie's he's gonna get his shots up. I think there's more of a chance that Luka looks at it like, look, I have OG on me. I can set up open threes for other players. I'm just gonna dish this rock. Chris Boucher hits a 3 in transition the other way. That's lit. Love to see my guy Chris Boucher thriving. Tim Hardaway Jr. steps into a 3. Drills that shot. Yeah, you can't let him be that open. Tim Hardaway Jr. taking contested threes, I'm okay with that as a defense. Him taking open threes from above the break, not a fan. Not a fan at all. But Kyrie gets fouled here. Malachi Flynn playing hard for an offensive rebound. Can't quite get it. Is in the way of Kyrie Irving. So 6-point game. Dallas basketball. 11:01 to go in the second. Whoa, he didn't play it. So again, like people, I missed the San Antonio game, but I'm seeing here Chris Boucher didn't play a single minute against San Antonio and wasn't hurt. He was a healthy scratch. So yeah, I didn't. Interesting. I didn't figure that. Also, again, I didn't watch the game, so I didn't know that. So I'm just catching it now. Oh, yo, what the hell is Scotty Barnes doing there? This guy just threw a lob to Otto Porter Jr. Otto Porter Jr. has had a million lower body injuries. Do you think he has the vertical jump to go up and get that? I think he actually didn't know that was Otto Porter Jr. I think he thought that was some other 6'8" guy with hella wingspan. Gary Trent hits a three in the corner. Good shot in rhythm. One of those shots where it's again like you love it when he makes it, you hate it when he misses it. Jacks the shot up early in the possession, bro. You live with the risk. Can you let me know when Kyrie hits 15? I will do. 100%, 100%. Scotty Barnes gets the steal. Two amazing back-to-back defensive possessions from Scotty. I think he got a block and a steal now on back-to-back possessions. Scotty stocks going up. That's my guy, the portfolio. Kyrie, oh my God. Kyrie has Malachi on him. Oh my God. Malachi held his own defensively. What the hell is going on? That's so unlucky there for Scotty defensively. You know why? Because he had such good positioning. He's just very unlucky that the player dribbled it into his foot because that's obviously a kickball, right? But just because he dribbled it into his foot. Scotty had that guy. He had him strapped up right there. Unfortunate for him that it resulted in that. But Kyrie once again gets a little bit of space off a screen, hits front rim. Gary Trent gets the rebound, goes the other way. Gary Trent operating in transition. I don't love it, but he pump faked and passed it off. Scotty finds the ball, fakes the dribble handoff to Otto Porter, gets it to Gary Trent. That's actually a pretty sick. Oh shit! Gary Trent hits a three. That was a very good set there, people. So Scotty faked the dribble handoff to Otto Porter Jr., who went around Scotty and set a screen for Gary, who was coming from the other way. That's a rehearsed like scripted action there, and it worked. It worked like a charm because it opened up a Gary Trent three. And like as of late, Gary Trent hasn't really been hitting threes like that, though the ones that feel impactful. But that one did there. That was a thing of beauty in terms of the coordination between the players and the open look that it created. Gary Trent knocked that down. Scotty misses a jumper that Chris Boucher puts back in. So between the three, the offensive rebound, or the foul that he drew on the last possession, and Chris Boucher is giving us some great minutes off the bench after not playing. Maybe that's what we need to do. Another steal from Scotty. Scotty stalks through the roof, people. Malachi in transition, pull up three. No. Oh my God, no, he missed. Can you imagine if Malachi Flynn stepped into a three like Steph Curry? That'd be so funny. I was so excited. Oh my God, Chris Boucher swats somebody at the rim. Starts the transition. He swatted the ball that far. Yo, come on, Gary. You got him. Just like, again, those threes, when you just jack the three up early in the possession, you have to make it. It just looks real nasty when you miss. And then Chris Boucher gets a charge the other way. Unfortunate end to his hot streak of moments. We need more plays like that. 100%. I was begging for stuff like that because the thing is, right, last year, my biggest issue was that our players did not have the talent to create good looks for their own, absent of any instruction, which is what Nick Nurse's offensive philosophy was. I was just begging for, like, give me some scripted actions to just open up some looks because, you know, if you can't beat defenders with skill, you beat them with tactics and strategy. And like, so that's something we're seeing a lot more of this year with Darko. That's something he's bringing to the table. But yeah, I need more of that, man. Like a player like Gary Trent, he's not going to create his own good looks. And if he doesn't create his own good looks, he's going to jack up bad shots because he's getting his shots off. He's just that kind of like player. So you want to create the good looks for Gary Trent through strategy. And that 1-3 that they set up there off the fake dribble handoff, that was sick. Luka takes a bad step back three, OG in his face. Gary Trent battles for the rebound. I'll be real. This lineup has played solid basketball. Not that they've been out here just cooking Dallas, but I really like what this lineup is doing. You got a front court of Boucher and Scotty Barnes, which is just such an unorthodox front court. You got Malachi, Gary Trent, and Otto Porter Jr. of all people, who's not on the court anymore, by the way. OG stepped in for him, but Otto Porter Jr. doing his job. And I think the thing with that lineup is like there's actually a reasonable amount of spacing when you think about it. The worst 3-point shooter is probably like Chris Boucher, who can hit a three every now and then. My bro, I think it's still at 7. I think it's still at 7. Darko takes a timeout down 2 once again. You guys have probably heard me make this point. I really like that Darko takes his timeouts while the game is still competitive. A lot of times Nick Nurse would let the bad momentum result in being down like 10 or 12 points before he'd call a timeout to kill the momentum. My guy Darko, he calls the timeouts early. But to homie over here asking about Kyrie's points, still at 7. He's hasn't scored in 5 minutes. This might be Chris's 900%. That's a bad call. 100%. They do nothing but give us bad calls. Okay, I see we got a Sarcasm City raid. Shout out Spooby. Shout out Warrior, my guy. Shout out Mange, my guy, who will at some point be on this channel. Yeah, I see you. A lot of people spilled in here from Sarcasm City. Shout out to you guys. If you guys enjoy the content over there at Sarcasm City, you might be familiar with who I am. But yeah, I run this channel here. It's a Toronto-based basketball community, so you get basketball conversation and discussions as a whole. But obviously, being that I'm, from Toronto, you get a Toronto slant on things. But yeah, that's what we do here. If you are a basketball fan, definitely, come hang out with us. You'll probably enjoy something here. If you are not a basketball fan and have any interest in the sport, this would be a good place to learn about the sport because I can definitely walk you through everything that's going on. I can explain everything that you might be confused about. My guy here says, what sport are you talking about? Basketball. This is what I do. I talk basketball on this channel. I also have an NFL channel where I talk about the NFL. That is connected to this channel. It's called In Motion Football. You guys can go check that out as well. But what I do is talk basketball. So right now, I have a watch-along going on between Dallas and the Raptors, the Toronto Raptors. It is a pretty close game. And like I said, if you're not a big basketball fan, but you have an interest in the sport, honestly, this game would be a pretty good place to start because both teams score points and both teams play hard. So it's not a high-scoring affair because teams are just sloppy and they're not really trying and like numbers are just getting run up. This is a high-scoring game, and the teams are actually engaged. So this is a good game from an entertainment standpoint if you're a neutral. So that's what it is. Where's Kyrie at? Bro, he's at 7 points, 12 minutes played. So he was at 7 points with 7 minutes played. He hasn't scored for the last 5 minutes. That being said, I still think he's hitting 25. Yeah, big up to you, MHD. Big up to you. Is that who I think it is in the profile? Is that Diego in there? Shout out my guy Georgie. Georgie, you said Raptors fan from Bulgaria, right? I believe that's where you said you're from. Big up to you as always. People, this is what a dedicated fan looks like. This guy in his local time is probably like 3 a.m. right now. This guy's up at 3 a.m. to watch the Raptors give up 19-4 runs. That's real dedication. So this is what this community is all about. I got a Raptors fan from Australia out here, a Raptors fan from Bulgaria, a Raptors fan from Puerto Rico. The whole world is out here to watch Toronto basketball, the thing we love. Jakob Poeltl gets an and one to put the Raptors up, tie the game with an opportunity for Poeltl to shoot a free throw up 1. Yeah, people. Shout out to everybody in here. 43 people in here. Make sure you hit that like button. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. Those are 2 very important forms of engagement for the growth of a YouTube channel. And at the end of the day, that's what I'm here for. Poeltl misses the free throw, unfortunately, but we get the offensive rebound because OG was hustling underneath the basket. Pascal is a good matchup, but he gives it to Dennis, who gives it back. Pascal backs down Jones, gets a good look. He just misses it. You got to make that. Barnes still got any shot at going over the 21 points. So let me take a look. At what he's at now. Luka, again, just generates an advantage in the pick and roll and gets right to the basket. Oh, wow. He's at 0 points. I did not see that. So he's at 0 points in 14 minutes. He's probably going to see 20 more minutes of basketball is what I would expect. Can he score 21 in 20 minutes? Yes. But I think for something like that to happen, the pace of the game has to continue like this because they both teams have been scoring at a really high rate, 44 to 44, with 5:50 to go. You need the pace of the game to continue like this, and you can definitely get 21 Scotty points in 20 minutes. But if this game grinds into a defensive battle, yeah, you're probably going to run into trouble. You're probably going to run into trouble. Do you have a bet on this? I always ask people when they ask these kind of questions because I'm just curious. But also, like, this happens a lot on this channel where I'm doing a watch along and someone who's not watching the game taps in with me just to keep track of their bet. So I feel like it's my bet too at that point when someone's looking to keep track of a bet on my channel. But yeah, I don't know if he's watching, but big up to Flawless as always, because he sent about 40 people to this stream and you guys are still tapped in. I definitely appreciate the support. It definitely helps. And like I said, likes and subscriptions, they help a lot. Sub. Okay, Dub Nation. Hold up. Dub Nation as you're a Warriors fan, or Dub Nation as in dubs like wins? I need to know. But regardless, even if you're a Warriors fan, feel free to tap in with us because, like I said, this is not Raptors Hoop Talk. This is Toronto Hoop Talk. This is a Toronto-based basketball community where, of course, you're going to get a local slant to things, but this channel is about basketball as a whole. I've mainly done Raptors watch-alongs at this point, but I will be doing watch-alongs at some point of other teams. So keep that in mind, people. I love basketball as a whole. Dennis hits a jumper along the baseline, puts us up 5:25 to go. Point to be made here. The Raptors starters are now getting a chance to compete in a game, and they left the court down. So you have to really tip your hat to the bench in this game who brought us back into the game. I think the bench took the court down like 5 or 6, and they handed the starters like a tie game. And that's not the kind of bench the Raptors have had for a while. We've been the kind of team where the starters hand the bench a lead and then the bench makes it evaporate. It's really pleasant to see that that's not the case. In fact, the opposite is the case. And you can actually look at your bench to try to get you back in the game. I got to credit Darko for experimenting the way he's experimented with a lot of the bench lineups so far this season to kind of stumble into a lineup that seems to have some effectiveness. Because I think that lineup that we saw of Scotty and Boucher, Gary, Otto, and Malachi, it's a decent lineup. It's probably one of the better spacing lineups we have, oddly enough, which is good. And obviously they have their defensive deficiencies, but they played hard. If you kind of suck defensively, if you just kind of offset that with effort, it can be manageable sometimes. Teams really run into trouble when they suck defensively and they don't care. Hey, ball don't lie is a fact. Shout out my guy Rio as always. Points in the paint, we're up 28 to 14. That's crazy. That's crazy. But I mean, it kind of makes sense. Yeah, I don't think Dallas has anyone that lives in the paint like that aside from Luka. But even Luka, like, he lives in the paint, but he really lives everywhere. I think that's Grant Williams that just turned the ball over. Shout out to Grant Williams, one of the most hateable basketball players. Grady relocates, gets fouled. That's a foul. That's a foul. Pascal jacks up a 3, misses. I feel like Grady should have took that 3 off the relocation. It's probably not going to be a good shot, but I just feel like he deserves a license, even though he hasn't shown he hasn't shown that he has no evidence yet in the NBA of being a great 3-point shooter, but that's supposed to be what his game is. Like, what is the point of a Grady if he's not shooting threes? So my thing with Grady is, like, I would give him a super green light. If you like a 3, you shoot it. Because also, like, the player will grow and develop from that. They'll learn a little bit about their, like, kind of the ropes. They will learn about what they can and can't do. But give him a super green light. It's like throwing somebody in the deep end. Like, you're going to figure out how to swim. So that's the position I'd like to see Grady get put in when it comes to the ball in his hands. 48 to 46 Toronto, 3:57 to go in the second. Oh, hold up. Did everybody hear from the Sarcasm City raid come from Amandam United? I know the Amandam United must have been fireworks today. So to cheer you guys up a little bit, man, make sure you stick with us over here because I think the mood is a lot better over here. Come on, Grady, you got to shoot that from the corner, man. Tries to make the right play again. Like, so this is the thing about Grady, right? If you think about it, the bad basketball sometimes is more aligned with what his skill set is. The good basketball really isn't. So look at a play like that, right? He has a look in the corner that's an okay look. He decides to pass it up to, I guess, do the right thing technically. But again, his skill set is not seeing the court and making good, accurate, timely passes. So in trying to do the right thing, he then basically leans into something he's not good at and turns it over. When that is basically that's the path you're going down when you make the good basketball play, which is like the chance to just mess things up, just make the bad play. Just get the shot up. It's okay. This is what you do. You shoot a basketball for a living. You are a professional jump shooter. That is why you're here. Just do it. Just do it. Get that part of your game going, and then we'll work on the other things. But I just think Grady should be treated differently. Like, I think you draft a shooter for a reason, to be a shooter. 48-47, people. Raptors up 1, 3:20 to go. Luka hit a technical free throw. So Luka's been getting to the line a little bit now. Ever since he checked back into the game, he's getting to the line. And like I said, for the people that weren't here earlier, I named the stream Scotty season because last second I said, you know what, let me be positive. Like, I have no reason to be negative. Before I named the stream Scotty season, I wanted to name it 48 minutes of Luka pissing us off and getting to the free throw line, which is almost what it was. So Scotty got his first point. I forget who it is. The Sharp talked about Barnes getting over 21. He just got his first basket, I'm pretty sure. So onwards and upwards, hopefully. Grady needs a hot start badge. This is facts, Rio. This is facts. That's actually how I think it would work. If you give him the badge in 2K, it'll have the impact in real life. People think it works the other way around. People think you have to do it in real life first before it goes to 2K. Nah. You put it in 2K first, it goes to real life. That's what I'm saying. Warriors fan, bro. Jokic about to drop 50 on us. Yeah. At least the thing is like Jokic is about to drop 50 on anybody. But 100%. Jokic is about to give you guys some trouble. But I'm curious now that I'm talking to a Warriors fan. What do you guys think about the team so far? I think you guys are in a very interesting situation. And I've over the last few years, I've had a lot of opinions on Golden State's approach to their roster. And to be fair, I think I've probably been wrong about a bunch of them because they ended up winning a chip. And my whole thing was I think they kind of messed up not leaning into their young talent early and really investing time and minutes into them, or basically shots and minutes into them to get them to grow into their potential earlier and sooner, and then kind of relying on them to be a big better supplementary players to your aging superstars, right? But effectively you could say I was wrong because at the end of the day, they won a chip not playing young players, and the end goal of basketball is to win championships. So yeah, cool, whatever. But I think they're in such a weird team, man. You have the aging superstars and then young players that aren't really ready to play basketball right now, or especially in a playoff setting. That's the bigger deal. The Warriors are not ready to put those young players are not ready to play in a playoff setting, I don't think. So I think they're in such a fascinating place, but at the end of the day, when you have Stephen Curry, you always have a chance. Always have a chance. Now, we need it to be that way. But yeah, like Rio said, people, hit that like button. Likes and subscriptions are two very important forms of engagement for the growth of a YouTube channel. And that's what I'm trying to do here, people. So make sure if you want to support the content, if you enjoy what's going on, make sure you do one of those two things. And here's the thing, too. If you don't enjoy what's going on, if you're hate watching this right now, leave a dislike because dislikes help, too. Believe it or not, a dislike is engagement, and dislikes in a roundabout way help the growth of a YouTube channel too. So if you're a hater, make sure you hit that dislike button. And feel free to leave some hateful comments too, because again, all comments help with the algorithm. So again, engage with the content. You'll help the channel grow bigger. But yeah, we have basketball going on right now. Bro, Luka getting to the free throw line with that mustache makes it even worse. And you know what it is too is that mustache is such an old rugged look, right? He's got that mustache with a fade. A fade, like that fade and that mustache are not supposed to go together. It doesn't make sense. Jakob. Okay, what a pass to OG. Great court vision and basketball IQ there. To see OG running and understanding that the space is there. Not a lot of big mans are going to be able to keep track of everything on a basketball court like that. He had his eyes on quite a bit there because he wasn't even necessarily looking at OG. I don't think he was looking to his left. He just knew what was on the right. But that's what I'm saying. He's got the police stash with a fade. The police stash with a fade, right? And then like the way he gets these calls from referees sometimes, like he's like somebody's like boys with the cops and they just get preferential treatment. So it's like the vibes are ridiculous right now with this Lucas stash. And again, the fade just makes it even weirder. Yeah, Steph carrying and Steve Kerr making some weird decisions, but I can't doubt him. He's a winner, I guess. That's the thing, right? I think the way you worded this is oddly very fascinating because can't doubt him. He's a winner, I guess. Like we definitely have a way of doing things as a people in the sports community of like, the guy has a result. The guy has the results. So like he has a certification to just kind of do what he wants. And I understand it. But the point is like sometimes people with qualifications and achievements and accomplishments, sometimes they do dumb shit too. And like, I don't think they deserve an extra pass. Like the way I articulated it, even with Nick Nurse last year, was like, yo, this guy is somebody who has a great resume with the Raptors. So he has credit in the bank. But if he keeps doing dumb shit, the credit begins to run out. So I think that's an interesting conversation with Kerr because, of course, he has a ton of credit in the bank. But I mean, like, how much of that credit is starting to get worn down? Because, I think everybody, criticism and praise should be fairly distributed to everybody. Like, if somebody has, like, a strong history of doing dumb stuff, when they start to do good stuff, I think they deserve credit for it. If somebody has a history of being amazing, but they start to do dumb stuff, they deserve criticism. Like, that's how I look at it. But yes, damn indeed, because OG was trying to poster somebody and it didn't work, but he got to the free throw line, so I'll take it. 13 points, 5 for 8, 2 for 3 from three. Is it? I saw this somewhere and I don't know, like I don't have the stats, but is OG really like his numbers go up in Texas? Does he really like it out there? Because I saw somebody saying that somewhere about like, yeah, he does numbers in Texas. OG hates Texas. Kyrie. Oh, Kyrie gets the second shot at it, makes the three. Geez, where? Let me see how many points he's at now. It's 58-58. Oh, that was wild. Whoever did that. Somebody just tried a 3/4 of the court pass to Pascal. That's not an and one. Of course it is. There we go. Let's go. Let's go, Pascal. I know Rio's about to hit the chat right now over this Pascal and one. But I got to check the points right now for homie that has the Kyrie bet with his friend. Kyrie, I believe, has 10 points. That was his first points, I think, since he put that comment in. So Kyrie's at 10 points. If you're still watching, buddy who had the Kyrie 25 points bet. Toronto enters the bonus with 31 seconds to go. Pascal, an efficient 14 points, 8 rebounds. Free throw to make it a 3-point game, and he misses. Be like that sometimes. That look also ended up being a 2-for-1 because Dallas is going to take the second last shot of the half, and we're about to take the last one. Rashawn Holmes turns it over, trying to kick it out. Gary Trent, as usual, it's a disaster in transition. But fortunately, a kick ball ends up right in the hands of OG, and we get a dunk. I don't know if they're gonna. Yeah, they're not gonna review this. I don't think. But 4-point game. Luka dribbles up the court. OG in his grill. Double team comes. Luka kicks it to the corner. How is Kyrie that open? Of course, he missed and it's fine. But how does Kyrie get left that open? Leave somebody else open. Yeah. I got you. Kyrie could have got to 13 right there. He had a very good look. What I'll say, though, is that Kyrie, it's not that he's not getting his looks. He's just starting to miss. He's 4 for 10 right now. But he's at 10 points. Like you just got to look at it like this: is he going to shoot 4 for 10 again? If he does, you're not hitting 25. But if he evens out to where he typically tends to finish, he'll get your 25. But yeah, we're at halftime, people. So there will be no more basketball on my screen. Usually at halftimes, what I do is just back and forth with the chat, see what you guys are saying, see if there's anything you guys want to talk about, any questions you might have. If not, I will tune into what's going on in the rest of the NBA and look through some of the results. We got the Knicks beating the Spurs by 22. Wemby watch. What is he looking at? Wemby's got 9 points on 2 for 10 shooting. Damn. Rough day for Wemby. Is RJ hooping? RJ is hooping. RJ has 21 points. So that's an interesting game, I guess. Nets up 10 on the Clippers. I think he's hitting 15. Kyrie. Yeah, I do. Also, to be fair, like I think the point I made about Kyrie versus Luka was kind of illustrated towards the end there. Like you saw Luka get some shots up, but he did a lot of passing. He did a lot of passing in that half. Even on that last possession, kicking it to Kyrie. Kyrie's not doing any of that passing. Kyrie is just getting shots up. I think he got like 3 shots up in the last minute. He's gonna shoot. I just, for your sake and your bet, you just need him to start making the shots. He's gonna get the attempts though. So again, people, at halftime, checking in on the scores from outside of the league. Feel free to get any thoughts and questions you might have in the chat. No basketball on my screen, so again, love to go back and forth with the chat. Looking at Brooklyn and the Clippers. So it's funny. The Clippers are kind of like the new Brooklyn, because remember when Brooklyn had KD, Kyrie, and Harden, it was like we're just overflowing with buckets now. But like, do we really have a team now? The Clippers are kind of in that lane. They're down 10 to they're down 10 to Brooklyn. They're pretty deep into this game. There's 5 minutes to go, and they have 79 points. That's ridiculously low for the amount of firepower they have. But looking at people's shooting stats, that's actually not even that bad. As a team, the never mind. Whoa, they're shooting 39% from the field. Where are the misses? It's Russ. It's Russ and Paul George. Because like Harden is shooting 4 for 8. That's whatever. Kawhi is 6 for 14. That's whatever. It's really Russ and PG that are bricking. PG's 7 for 18. Russ is 4 for 15. Wait, Lonnie Walker has 21 off the bench for Brooklyn? What is this? What a random set of scores. You got 21 for Lonnie Walker, 12 for DFS. Wacky game going on over there. What do you think about this Warriors game? Let me see who they're. Oh, Warriors Nuggets. Oh yeah, shit. It's 7-1 against 6-2. Yeah, I got. Wait, Jamal Murray isn't playing, right? Huh. Let me see. Ooh, that changes things. Because, yeah, I think Jamal Murray got hurt. You know what? Warriors win a close one. They get the upset. I saw Vegas has the Nuggets favored by 4.5. That's nothing. To have a team favorites by 4.5, Vegas thinks it'll be a close game. I'll say that the Warriors get it done in a close game. Yeah, no, I saw that he has a right hamstring strain, so he's probably not playing. So with Jamal Murray being out, it is definitely not like, it's not out of question that the Warriors could get this done. But yeah, let's look at some of these other games. Pelicans are getting clapped by the Timberwolves, who are up 26. Pretty even game, because like the whole Timberwolves starting lineup has 10 plus. You look at the Pelicans, they're without Zion. Like, some things never change. Brandon Ingram leading the way, but nobody's really out there performing with him. Whoa, the Rockets are up 24 on the Lakers. What is this? Are the Lakers playing players? AD is out. Vanderbilt is out. Okay. Gabe Vincent is out. Damn. Lakers leading the way with Rui Hachimura. Mixed his 2 names together. 15 points on 6 for 9 shooting. Their highest scorer is off the bench. In 12 minutes, he's outscored a bunch of their starters who played around 20 minutes. That's ugly. On the Rocket side of things, it looks like the Green and Şengün show. Jalen Green has 18. Şengün has 15. How's my guy Freddie Van Vliet doing? 2 for 9, 1 for 6 from 3. Damn. What are his stats looking like? I haven't checked his stats. My guy shooting 37% from the field. Damn. Okay. 38% from 3. I guess that's solid. Out here bricking. Dylan Brooks 2 for 6. But I heard Dylan Brooks is shooting really well. Bro, he's shooting 56% from 3. Dylan Brooks is a sniper. Shout out the NOAA Analytics board at the OVO facility where Team Canada practiced. Brooks credited that like that facility with changing his jump shot, because basically, for you guys that don't know, the Raptors have this like this system in their practice facility that tracks 3-pointers. And basically, after you shoot a 3, there's a board where it'll show the stats of your 3 and comment on things like how much did you miss to the either left, right, or whatever arc on your shot or whatever. And Dylan Brooks said that, yeah, practicing at the Raptors facility, which is where Team Canada practices, and seeing the feedback on that board, he realized that his shot has very low arc. So it helped him realize he had to tweak his shot to get more arc on it. And now he's a sniper all of a sudden. So I wish that could happen for a Raptors player. I'm hoping Scotty is the guy with the upside because he's a much better shooter this year. But that would be cool. That would be cool. Let me see what Scotty's shooting. I actually haven't looked at the Raptors stats yet as a team. I'm kind of waiting for there to be a bigger sample size to really get into the stats. But I'll do it now. Scotty's shooting 42% from 3. Man, if that held, that's a very good percentage. 51% from the field. Guy's averaging 26, 10, and 6. 1 steal, 2 blocks. These are some Scotty's stats are crazy. It really is Scotty season. Even though I named the stream Scotty season and he's not doing all that well, that's a great output. Bucks up 10 on the Pistons. The Pistons are an interesting team. Cade Cunningham is playing solid ball. They have some good young pieces, but they're still a team that needs some time. And the Bucks are just a weird team that I don't think understands what they are, and I think that's a bigger problem than people are giving or people are treating it as such. Like, I think that team has to find an identity by like March, because the way I see it, right, a team that wants to win a championship has to go through a certain amount of like troubleshooting is what I would call it, but just like playing in the regular season and learning like your strengths, your weaknesses, learning how you react to different situations. That's an important thing to happen in the regular season. So you need like a solid couple months of regular season to do that. So like, yeah, if the Bucks can't figure this out until around the trade deadline, and I'm sure the trade deadline and the buyout deadline are going to be two avenues that they look to get better. But if they can't figure it out until around then, they're basically going into the playoffs as an experiment, which is like what the Suns were last year and which is like what the Clippers have been at times, right? These teams that just have no cohesion and identity and way of playing together, they tend to not make finals runs in the playoffs. So I kind of fear for Milwaukee, especially with a team like Boston lurking, if they can't figure out an identity and a way of playing. But look, they have time. They're entitled to use the time. But the clock is ticking. The clock is ticking, my guys. OKC up 15 on the Cavs. What is the Cavs' record? Because I feel the 3-4 are probably going to be 3-5. That's a stinky record for a team that's trying to re-sign Donovan Mitchell. It's not how you retain free agents in Cleveland. Looking at the box score, Karis LeVert leads the Cavs in scoring with 14 points. Pretty even scoring. There are 5 guys in double digits. The boy SGA has 31 points. 12 points for Dort, 12 points for Kayson Wallace. Nobody else in double digits. SGA, look at these stats, people. 12 for 15 from the field. 0 3-point attempts. 7 for 7 from the free throw line. This is some like old school effective basketball. But that guy's a different kind of basketball player, and I love it. How long until this game starts again? How long has it been since it ended? Because I think halftime is usually like a 15-minute thing. Um, yeah, I know. Bro, I'm right there with you. It's a boring 15 minutes. That's why I really like my favorite halftimes are when like the chat is like they got shit to say, because then I can just go back and forth. But yeah, when I have to just cook on my own, just get 15 minutes of conversation out of nowhere, it's tough. Also, like for you guys that don't know, like I'm just here hanging out. Like I don't have a script or an agenda or things that I want to talk about or talking points or anything. I go live and I just hang out with you guys. So this is like basically improv content. So yeah, it's just like sometimes 15 minutes of just like going, not the easiest thing to do. But yeah, I can't wait for the game to come back either. Probably like 5 more minutes. I would say like 4 or 5 more minutes. But yeah, we'll have the game back soon, people. Finishing up the games from elsewhere today, we got Miami, Memphis. Miami's up 7. Memphis, things are really bad in Memphis, people. 1-6, looking like they may be 1-7. Still time to salvage this one, but conceivably, what could their record be? What could their record be when Ja gets back? Like, could they hand him like a 4-21 record? It's looking kind of possible. And like, think about how wild of a circumstance that would be to throw Ja in, because like all eyes are going to be on Ja and that locker room dynamic and everything they have going on there. It's not a good circumstance to be in a position where like every loss is going to feel like a disaster at that point. What do you think of Indiana, bro? They clapping at home. Hold up, let me see. Let me see if I can see exactly what you're referencing. Oh shit, they got 134. Jeez. Okay, yeah, I know what you mean because they got 150. So you know what it is, right? All right. So for the people that don't know what he's referencing, their first game 143-120 win. A lot of numbers there. High scoring affair. 125-113 in their second game. A win. A lot of points. They lost to Chicago 112-105. Still a lot of points. They lost to Boston 155-104. Lot of points. Then then after that, won 121-116, lost 125-124, 152-111, 134-118. Indiana games have a lot of points. As for what I think about the team, I like a lot of their pieces. I just think it's a weird combination of the fact that you don't have like a mature team that's going to necessarily buy all the way in on committing defensively in the kind of phase of their career that they're in. And what I mean by that is like you got a bunch of prospects that are trying to make it in the NBA, right? So think about Ben Mathurin, Tyrese Halliburton, Obi Toppin to an degree, Aaron Nesmith, Jalen Smith, and Andrew Nemhard, right? These are all guys that are trying to make a name for themselves in basketball, right? So it's like guys are gonna wanna guys are gonna wanna when they get their looks, they're gonna want to score points. Their emphasis is gonna be like, to build my career in basketball, to get a big contract in basketball, I have to score points. It's really tough to ask guys to be like, you know what, buy in all the way on defense and use up your energy on that side of the court. It's a tough ask. Like they signed a player like Bruce Brown for a reason, because Bruce Brown's just gonna shut the hell up and play defense. And that's kind of what you need there. But yeah, they just like it's a combination of the skill sets. But to be honest, like I think there's probably higher defensive potential than you think with a player like Mathurin, with a guy like a Jalen Smith. I think Tyrese Halliburton is realistically just like a big liability on defense. Who else is out there? Buddy Hield, same thing. Nemhard, I don't know Nemhard's game that well, but maybe he falls in that same boat. But yeah, like some of it is talent, but I also think some of it's just the phase of their careers that they're in, man. Like look at teams like Houston, teams like Charlotte, teams like all these teams that are just super young with all these young players, they get clapped. That's what happens with them. Like they don't play good defense. When you got young players trying to make a name for themselves, it's tough to buy in because you know what it is? Buying into playing defense is like that's what separates great teams. Like great teams are great teams defensively, and like it's not what you it's not what you ask for from young players necessarily, or even like can expect them to execute. So that's what I think it is. It's a combination of talent. It's a combination of just where they are, where they're at in their careers, and a bit of an imbalanced team in terms of youth. In your point of view, do you think Kyrie will hit more 22 points? That means more than 22 points or 22 more points than right now. He will hit more than 22. Will he hit 22 more? No. A good example is when Lonzo joined the Lakers. Oh, that those early Lakers teams was a good example too when they had Clarkson, Randall, Lonzo. Again, guys are not trying to play defense. They're not trying to burn energy playing defense so that they're tired when they could be scoring the ball. They're trying to score the ball, get numbers, get fans, and get contracts. That's the motive for most young players. Oh, are you talking about the technical free throw? Because bro, I was gonna ask you the exact same thing. I was gonna ask you the same damn thing. What happened and why is Scotty Barnes shooting a technical free throw? But look, you know what it is? You don't. I'm not gonna ask twice. It's like when somebody hands you a $20 bill. You don't ask why. You don't ask what's going on. You take it and you run. That's the same way I'm going about this free throw. Kyrie to the free throw line. Bro, 100%. Francisco, it's such a selfless thing, like to ask, like it's a very selfless, team-oriented thing to ask a player to use their energy playing defense. You ask that of players that are honest, like basically players that have low chances of having NBA careers. Those are guys you can lean on to ask to play defense, and basically guys that can't score. Those are the two groups of basketball players that you can really lean on and say, look, play your ass off defensively, and they'll actually listen. Most other players, you have to damn near beg to play defense. It's kind of just the nature of like where basketball is at. So yeah, I think that's a part of it with those kind of teams. Like, bro, look at Washington. Look at Washington. You think Poole and Kuzma have any desire to play defense? They're trying to go for 50 every night. They're trying to put up highlights. They're going for social clips. Like, they're hooping for the algorithm. Pascal, turn around, misses it off the backboard. Luka goes the other way in transition. OG swipes at it. I think there was some confusion there about who had Luka because truthfully, he stepped into a bunch of space, surprisingly didn't shoot it. And Grant Williams got a 3. Does Kyrie have 12 now is the question. OG, 3, misses. Scotty Barnes fighting for the offensive rebound, fighting by himself in a crowd of 4 guys, gets a Dallas player to tip it out of bounds. Yes, Kyrie does have 12 now. I just checked. Kyrie does have 12. So for the Kyrie watch, for my guy Francisco, he's at 12. We're looking for 25. Scotty Barnes gets the ball off the inbound pass. Dennis goes the other way. Jakob follows him, sets a screen. Very good pick. Very good like running of that play from Dennis. Got a very good look, just missed the shot. But I'll point out the little like intricacy of that play in a second, because that was nice. Luka gets the and one to go the other way. Just gets dribble penetration, gets to a spot, anticipates what the defense is going to do. Like players like Luka have a very good feel of I've beaten a defender, so a defender is desperate, and because a defender is desperate, I'm gonna pump fake or I'm gonna stop. I'm basically gonna do the opposite of what the defender thinks I'm gonna do in their moment of desperation where they are hustling to get back, and I'm gonna just get an easy foul. And that's just what he does. He does that at a high level. But yeah, on that last pick and roll for the Raptors, right? They set it up kind of near the sidelines, and then they both moved to the center of the court and then ran the screen there. But basically, Dallas's setup defensively was started out as if they were near the sidelines on the left side of the court. So it opened up a bunch of space to the left. That's why when Schroeder got to that part of the court, he was open, right? And then what he did is he used the fact that he was in space to knife in front of Luka and stop him from actually being able to defend on that play. So he got to look to, like, he basically put himself in a position where it was 2-on-1. It was him and Jakob against one defender, and he took the good look. Unfortunately, he just couldn't make it. But that's just good operation of that pick situation. On the other side here, Pascal goes down the court, gets the and one to fall. Lot of contact there. That was a very physical play. You saw Grant Williams trying to get a steal off Scotty in transition. Great job of Scotty there being in control, even while there's a defender right there. Can you let me know when Kyrie gets subbed out? I will try my best. I may lose track of it if I get caught up in conversation, but I will absolutely try my best. He is still on the court as of right now, though. Pascal hits the free throw. 69-66, 3-point lead for Toronto. Kyrie to the basket. Hey, Kyrie points. He's at 14. Raptors go the other way quickly. Dallas gets back in transition very well, though. Pascal gets a couple of defenders, so we'll be looking at him. Dishes it off to Pirtle, who gets a nice little push shot to fall from like 4 feet away. Very comfortable shot for Jakob Pirtle. Good operating by Pascal in a transition look. Grant Williams knocks down a three. Just too open for a guy that really only shoots that kind of shot. People, I believe my screen just froze. StreamYard has been doing that for the last few weeks, where it just randomly freezes. So you guys can probably still hear me right now, but I'm not going to be able to control the chat. My camera will be frozen until it just decides to stop, which usually takes somewhere between like 10 seconds and like 2 minutes. So while we're here, people, I will be looking at the chat from my phone. But yeah, I will not be able to put your chats on the screen until this decides to figure itself out. 71-71, foul off the ball on Derrick Jones. He is very annoyed about it. He is not happy with what's going on. I think we're getting a break in play here. I think this looks like a time. No, it's not a timeout. We're just subbing players off. So Otto Porter is on the court. Bro, you know what it is, Rio? Like, I don't know. I tried to update my browser. StreamYard isn't even like an app. It's a website. So I can't update shit on their end. But just, bro, as of the last 3 weeks, yeah, I know, Francisco. I can tell I'm glitched. Like, I'm frozen on the screen. I can't control it. It's about to fix itself, though. It always does this dumb shit. But yeah, bro, I'll be real. I don't know. I got to reach out to StreamYard to see what it is. But this happens. Gotta throw my own chat in the chat. What did they call here? Did they call a foul on Toronto? Oh, I think Kyrie got fouled. Francisco, this isn't going to be free throws, but Kyrie did his job to put them a little bit into the bonus. Kyrie subbed out the game, Francisco. Kyrie is subbed out the game. (73-71). Luka, good lob look for Dwight Powell, but they are calling that an and one? Jeez. That's I don't think there's enough contact to call this here. Fair enough. They're gonna call that. That it's just reckless going back. Like, it's reckless backpedaling from Scotty. It's just reckless backpedaling. That sucks, but whatever. You live with it. Luka misses the free throw. Or no, it was I think it was Dwight Powell. I forget. I actually wasn't looking. But yeah. Ball don't lie on that free throw. Pascal hits a midi the other way. Tim Hardaway Jr. with the ball. Dwight Powell looking around. They're trying to. They actually ran that action for Tim Hardaway Jr. So I think Luca literally was just chilling on that possession. Like he was chilling off to the side, and they were basically playing 4-on-4 because obviously his defender is going to go with him. Pascal gets the really good matchup against Tim Hardaway Jr., posts him up and goes right to the basket for a bucket. Very easy matchup for him, and what you get is what you get there, people. Luca takes a very tough layup, tries to go up and under, misses the layup. We go the other way. Dennis speeds down the court, finds OG near the corner, and he makes a three. So it is a 7-point game. I think this is the biggest Raptors lead. We are up 7, people. Very good second half so far from Toronto. Very pleased with what I'm seeing. Again, like just today, like sometimes my critique with Toronto is that they do dumb stuff. Today, that's not my criticism at all. I have no issue with how we're playing. I have no issue with the effort level. Yeah, it's just a solid, respectable game that we're playing, and the scoreboard definitely shows it. The scoreboard definitely shows it. God damn, StreamYard, you're gonna really just leave me like this for this long? It usually doesn't take this long. But whatever, I'm gonna talk you guys through it. You guys can hear me though, right? Like I'm not silent as well, because normally when this happens, you guys can still hear me. So I wonder if that's still happening. Somebody in the chat can just let me know. But yeah, it is 80-73, halfway through the third. And yeah, we're shooting above 50% from the field, but that's obviously with a 32% shooting percentage from three. So we're shooting 28 for 45. 28 for 45 from two. We are doing very well on 2-point shots, and you can attribute that to the fact that Dallas doesn't really have a big man to clean stuff up near the basket, and they don't have the perimeter defenders to lock you down. So if there's a team to drive against, if there's a team to live in the paint against, it's Dallas, because the Dallas is poorly built to stop that from happening. And that's just what it is, people. So good matchup for our players. Good matchup for guys like Pascal. Good matchup for guys like Scotty, even though Scotty's not getting it done. We do have a lot going on offensively to where, like, I think this is where, how do I put it? This is where, like, sensibility comes into play with a guy having a bad game. Because if you need your player, like if you need your player that's going through a slump to get production because you're dependent on them, then yeah, it's one thing for that player to kind of persist through their slump and just shoot their way out of it. But when your team is on fire and they're getting their shots to fall and they're doing well without you, it's a smart thing to not press. And that's what Scotty's doing right now. Scotty is not pressing despite the fact that his game isn't coming to him. The team is doing fine around him. Don't get in the way of other players. It's not your night. Play hard, play good defense, pass the ball, and have a better night another time. But basically, I like the way, like, and I saw this from Pascal earlier in the year, and I gave him credit for the same thing. When your teammates are doing well and you're slumping, don't make it about you. Do not make it about you. Be a team player. We've seen that from 2 players now. Shot clock violation from Dallas outside of a timeout. People, that is a very good defensive possession. Teams tend to have a scripted plan out of timeouts, and scripted plans tend to be some of teams' most effective looks. For them to get absolutely nothing out of a scripted look is a very good defensive possession, and we complement it with a very good offensive possession. Pascal Siakam getting a clean look at the rim out of the post. So this is a couple possessions now in the last 2 to 3 minutes. Oh. Dennis tried to hit that alley-oop for Kyrie. Okay, I'm back, people. I'm back. Hold on a second. Let me get the camera back. Yes, sir. We're back, people. We're back. Yeah. So I said this while I was glitched. I hope you got a chance to hear it. But Kyrie is out of the game. How many minutes left in the third? 5:38. So what was I saying? Forget. But yeah. Okay. A couple possessions in the last 3 minutes where Pascal has had an opportunity to take a very small player in the low post, as in you see when players back a player down. He's been backing down some very small players, bad defenders, like 5 feet away from the basket, which is an insanely advantageous position for a player like Pascal. And defensively, you don't understand why Dallas is even potentially playing in a way that leaves that possible, but they are. So you take it. But if they're gonna let Pascal do that, he should be doing that all day. Those are gonna be either easy buckets or easy threes for his teammates. Um, good to be back. Good to be back. Luca, pull up three, misses. In an attempt to fight for the rebound, unfortunately, Otto Porter Jr. is going to get called for a foul. I wasn't really watching that part of the court, so I don't know if he actually fouled him, but that is an unfortunate thing to happen. Oh, it's the bonus too. So Dallas is gonna get free throws from this bullshit. Missed free throw from Maxi Kleber. A wise man once said, "Ball doesn't lie." So now, do you believe Kyrie's only making 15? Bro, he has 14 right now. He has 14 already. He's gonna get. That's the thing. You just need him to get 11 points the rest of this game. I still think he's hitting 25. Ridiculous decision from the ref again. You either, if Dennis Schroeder goes out of bounds, it's got to be a foul. If he's not out of bounds, you give him the inbound pass off, like him throwing the ball off of the other guy. I think they just gave us a makeup call. I think they just gave us a makeup call because they never call shit like that on inbounds plays, uncontested. They never call those violations. They happen all the time. But I think a referee felt some guilt about what happened. I think he's only making 20 max. That's bold. That's bold. That means he'd have to score 6 points in the remaining, like, how many minutes has he played? Kyrie's played 20. He's probably playing 6 points in his next 13, 14 minutes. I don't know about that. I still have him hitting 25, but we shall see, Francisco. We shall see. And now they call another foul. Just calling foul after foul. Now it's a moving screen. The referees clearly want to be the star of the show here. They don't want the players getting all the attention. They want us to know what their faces look like. You can't be this attention starved, people. Luka gets to a spot, gets a good look, can't get it to fall. Maxi Kleber falls down 5-on-4 for a brief couple moments for the Raptors, who don't do anything with it. And Dallas gets back defensively. Dennis generates a lot of space off the pick and roll, puts that deep, like a Pirtle's man in a 2-on-1 situation, and he takes the open shot in space. Luka looking for Tim Hardaway Jr., who sets a screen for Luka. Luka now, 2 screens later, has 2 defenders on his hip, creates the open three as he normally does. There's a great play that Dennis Schroeder just made defensively that I will talk about the next opportunity. There's a break and play. But Dennis Schroeder just made a great play defensively there. This is pure basketball IQ and instinct and gambling, because a part of this is just kind of trying your luck and betting on making the right decision. But boy, did that bet pay off. Okay, so subs. Here's what happened. Dennis Schroeder, never mind. The subs were quick, so the game is back. Yo, who is number 1 on Dallas? That's such an ugly shot form. Who is number 1? Hardy? Jaden Hardy has an ugly jumper. A very ugly jumper. That is disgusting. I was not familiar with this guy or his game. Free throws for Maxi Kleber. He missed one last time. He won't miss more. He will not miss more, people. Makes both. 10-point game, 86-76. 4 minutes to go. Schroeder driving. Pascal takes the open three early. Boucher gets the rebound. Draws the foul. Boucher playing hard underneath the basket. Great effort by my guy. Great effort. So we're also in the bonus now. 4 minutes to go. Boucher shoots free throws to go up 12 potentially. For the remaining 4 minutes, both teams are now in the bonus. Every foul is going to result in free throws for 4 minutes. So this has the potential to be a high-scoring 4 minutes, meaning this has a potential for either Dallas to come right back into this game or for us to actually blow the doors off of this game. Now, it looks like we'll be pivoting to the lineup that we played off the bench pretty soon. I anticipate probably in about 2 minutes, Malachi will check into the game and Scotty Barnes will check into the game, and we will then have that bench lineup that did a lot of the best work in the second quarter to bring us back into this game. So I'm looking forward to seeing what that lineup can do up 10 potentially, because they walked into a game down about 6 or 7 and they gave us a lead back. So be interesting to see what happens. 76. Offensive foul from Dallas. Pascal calling for it, being posted by Kleber. Kleber fouls him. Free throws, baby. Free throws. Again, this is why these moments are so pivotal. Wow, I'm losing it. Very long day, people. These moments are pivotal because both teams have to relax a little bit defensively. You can't defend so aggressively and take chances because your little mistakes become big mistakes. A little bit of contact that gets called, easy free throws. Pascal's he missed the first free throw. It's just what Pascal does. But yeah, when you basically give a team 2 free throws when they do nothing to earn it, it's a devastating thing defensively. 87-76. Pascal with a chance to make it a 12-point game. 3:50 to go in the third. Pascal misses both. And Dallas gets the ball. And Pascal's free throw line struggles continue. Oh, Francisco, Kyrie's back in the game. Kyrie is back in the game. I think he will play almost all of the rest of this game. There are about 16 minutes to go. I'd predict he plays about 14 of these minutes. He'll probably get a brief break at around the 6-minute mark of the fourth. Tim Hardaway Jr., step back three. We're going to have to keep scoring, I feel. That's how this game feels. This game feels like I don't think we'll ever settle into a groove defensively. I think this will very much be about keeping our foot on the gas offensively. Step back, Pascal, miss. All right, that's enough, Pascal. That's enough. I saw the missed pull-up three. I saw the missed mid-range. I saw the missed free throws. You don't have the hot hand. No, there's 3 minutes to go in the third, Francisco. 3 minutes to go in the third. 6-point game for Dallas or for Toronto. Darko takes a timeout. He's seen enough. That was a dreadful 2 to 3 minutes from Pascal. Absolutely dreadful. Absolutely dreadful. Am I not a mod on my own channel? I'm not. I'm really not a mod on my own channel. I gotta bless myself. Hold on. I'm gonna do this real quick. Where is it? There we go. Modded myself on my own channel. Yeah, that run sucked to watch. So now we're, instead of putting the bench in a position of like luxury, almost like giving them a 10-point lead and seeing what they can do with it, we're gonna be relying on our bench to halt the run. It's a game of runs, people. It's a game of runs. Um, but yeah, just a dreadful couple minutes from Pascal. Take an aggressive three early in the shot clock, miss two free throws, take another aggressive mid range shot, miss again. Bad few minutes there. But it is what it is. 87 to 81. Shout out to everybody that's watching this live right now. Shout out to everybody that might watch this on replay after the fact. This is an interactive live stream. So that means that you have an opportunity as an audience member to be a part of the show. So if you're watching this live, feel free to get active in the chat. I love to go back and forth with the chat, answer any questions. And if you're watching this on replay, subscribe to the channel to make sure that you never miss when I go live so that you can be a part of the chat instead of just being like a passive audience member. Yeah, so make sure you subscribe. Again, anybody who's watching, regardless of how you're watching, likes and subscriptions are a big part of YouTube's algorithm and how channels grow on YouTube. So if you want to support the content, if you enjoy what I'm doing, make sure you run up those two numbers. The likes and the subscriptions. They're showing Pat Mahomes is at the game. Pat Mahomes really said, I need to be a part of the Scotty Barnes show. What a beautiful thing. Pat Mahomes showed up. He's like, I need to see Scotty play. But yeah, we've arrived at the lineup, people. Malachi is in the game. The only difference is Pascal is playing for Otto Porter Jr. But yeah, Malachi is in the game. Gary Trent finds Malachi at the 3-point line, steps into a three, misses it barely. Scotty gets the putback. Scotty obviously, finding himself in very good rebounding position. Uncontested dunk off the Malachi miss. Much needed points there to halt a bit of a run. Tim Hardaway Jr. contested three. Nothing you can do about that. Gary Trent was right in his face. He just made a tough shot. Got to keep going. 5-point game. Scotty Barnes looks at Maxi Kleber. Can't find a look that he likes. Passes it to Pascal, who passes it back. Scotty Barnes and Mao has a much smaller man on him and just bullies him to, around the low post area. Gives him one good shove with his shoulder and just goes and takes the shot with the space that he created with the shove. Chris Boucher guarding Hardy. Hardy finds Kleber. Scotty doesn't jump. Hardy takes his ugly ass three, misses. We go the other way. Gary Trent decides I can take tough contested threes on my own, and he hits it. Big three from Gary. 10-point lead. Look at what this lineup is doing. This lineup showed up on the court and got us that added to our lead already. It looks like there will be free throws for Maxi Kleber because there was a foul off the ball. Which sucks. I feel like we've been stringing together some good defensive possessions, so it definitely sucks to see that they're going to get free throws out of it. Oh, Kyrie got fouled. Francisco. So we're going to get Kyrie probably to 16 points here. Probably. And they're reviewing this here. So I don't know if this is a challenge or if they're reviewing for a flagrant. I didn't even see the foul. I don't have the audio on because I can't have it on and have it be in the background of the stream. TSN would have my stream removed off YouTube expeditiously. So if you're watching this game and you know what they're reviewing here, please let me know in the chat so I can be aware of what's going on. But what I'm seeing is they're reviewing this off the ball foul. I'm assuming this is a challenge. I'm confused. Let me know. That is what they were reviewing. I guess who got fouled because he's no longer shooting free throws. It's Kleba who missed his first free throw. Thankfully, Kleba got put on the line because Kyrie was hitting both. Pascal gets subbed out of the game for OG. I think that's a welcome change. I think Pascal needs to sit for a little bit, get his legs back. Malachi Flynn passes it to Scotty, passes it to Gary. Ball finds Scotty again. Scotty has Derek Jones Jr. That is a guy that I don't think can guard Scotty Barnes. Scotty Barnes falls back, takes the fade away, misses. Boucher hustling his ass off under the basket. Can't get the rebound, but does draw the foul. Again, Boucher out there just fighting like a madman against like three Mavericks. And again, he's not a particularly muscular built guy. He has a slight build, but he's out there just like a warrior, hustling for the ball, having to get fouled to keep him away from the ball. And I believe that will be free throws. Wait a second. No, they called it the other way. They called the foul on Boucher. What is this referee? Kleba fortunately misses another free throw. This guy has been getting so many bullshit free throws, and he stays missing one. The basketball gods are very much like in attendance today because they are making sure Kleba benefits from none of these nonsense free throws. Misses both. That's what I like to see. Francisco, we're still in the third. 1 minute to go. Shout out to Daniel, resident Heat fan at Toronto Hoop Talk. Chris Boucher with the ball. Tries to atone for his sins, and he does. What a tough shot. That looked like a bad shot until it went in. But hey, whatever. You make your shot, I'll live with it. But he got that off at a very awkward. That's just an awkward release point for a shot, but it went in. That an offensive foul? I think that's an offensive foul. I don't know what they called. I can't really tell the way the players are moving here. Well, it looks like a technical because Kyrie is shooting a technical free throw. So Francisco, Kyrie will probably hit 15 right here. There it is, 15 points. There's 42 seconds left in the third. Oh, they call the flop. They call that a flop on Gary Trent. That's funny. Kyrie missed a good look. Kyrie missed a really good look. That could have been 17. Scotty Barnes pull up three. Chases after his rebound. He knew it was off the second it left his hand. Couldn't get his rebound. Dallas goes the other way. Raptors do a good job of getting back defensively. Oh, Dallas passes into a great look from three. Oh, that's rough, Chris. That's rough. That's Dante Exum. That scrub is scoring points on us. So Chris Boucher in this situation, you got to foul him hard enough to where he can't shoot, or just don't foul him at all. He passed up a three to drive to an open basket where Chris Boucher was trying to crash the basket to play defense. Because your momentum is taking you into the score, the refs are always going to be harsh on you. So again, you either just let him score or you clean him up. You come in with a good hard smack and just he's not going to be able to shoot the ball. Put him on the free throw line, let him score. The halfway point where the guy could get an and one, it's not worth it. Fortunately, the guy missed a free throw, so it's an 8-point game. 96-88 with 12 seconds to go. Malachi Flynn with the ball, hands it off to Pascal, passes it back to Malachi. Good look from three, gets it to fall. Couple steps behind the 3-point line, gives us an 11-point lead, 99 points to 88. Tim Hardaway Jr. takes a very tough three, a deep three over two defenders, and he misses. So Toronto takes an 11-point lead into the fourth quarter. What a solid performance from the guys today. What a solid performance. It's not perfect. Of course, people are making mistakes. But again, I don't think there's a lack of effort. I don't think there's like a lack of sensibility. Shots are going to get missed. That's a part of the sport. But I think we're doing a pretty good job. We're doing a pretty good job this game. I just looked at the stat sheet, and Pascal Siakam has 29 points in the first three quarters. It does not feel like he has 29. That's a quiet 29, but look, 29 is 29. That's a serious output, and it's an efficient 29 too. 14 shots made, 10 shots missed. 1 for 4 from the free throw line and 0 for 5 from 3. If that doesn't tell the Pascal Siakam story, Pascal Siakam is, again, so he would be 14 for 19 from 2-point shots, 0 for 5 on 3-point shots, 1 for 4 from the free throw line. That is a Pascal Siakam shooting line. But he also leads the team in rebounds and leads the team in assists. He's tied for the lead with 5 assists. So Pascal is really doing his thing. Solid performance from him. What else do we have here? Gary Trent contributed 13 points. OG Anunoby's contributed 23. Scotty Barnes still only has 6. Oh, for the guy who was asking about Scotty getting 21 points, that's not happening anymore. That ship has sailed. Dennis has 11. Boucher has 10. Unfortunately, Grady has 0. Only played 6 minutes, though. But yeah, Kyrie has 15. They can't let Kyrie score anymore. I mean, yeah, for your sake, they can't. For your sake, they can't. But I think they're doing a pretty solid job as with Kyrie as a whole. Even if Kyrie scores 25, like, you can live with Kyrie scoring 25. Like, the Raptors themselves should not have any issue with that. But yeah, shout out to everybody watching right now. I'm at 158 subscribers. I'm 2 subscribers away from 160. That would be an awesome milestone to hit. So if 2 people want to make my night, man, make sure you hit that subscribe button. Help me get to 160, and we can begin the journey to 170. Because onwards and upwards, that is the plan. Looks like out of the timeout, Pascal Siakam is on the bench. OG and Scotty are the 2 players babysitting this bench lineup. Gary Trent goes to his left, spins back to his right, takes a very tough shot over Kyrie, misses. Scotty gets the offensive rebound and gets it right to OG. Almost gets another offensive rebound off the OG miss. Kyrie taking it to the basket. That contact gets called sometimes for superstars. Fortunately, he doesn't get a call, just gets points. Kyrie's at 17. Yeah, the fourth quarter started and Kyrie scored, so Kyrie's at 17. OG gets to switch on to Tim Hardaway, collapses the defense, gets a good look from Malachi, who hits the shot. This is all Malachi Flynn has to do, man. Just hit your threes when open threes get created for you. We never need Malachi to create his own shot. Other players are going to get double teamed, and his shots are just going to be wide open as a result of other players. If he can just hit the shots that get created for him, he belongs on the court. Kyrie hits a 3. He is now at 20 points. Kyrie has hit his 3. He's at 20 points. There are 10 minutes to go for him to get the 5 points to hit 25. Scotty finds Malachi in the corner, who attacks the closeout, gets the blow-by past his defender, goes to the rim, and gets fouled. So Malachi to the free throw line. Hey, Malachi Flynn, quietly, without his 2 threes, this is a 3-point game, and without whatever he gives us now, this is a 3-point game we're in. These have been some crucial buckets that Malachi Flynn has scored, while Dallas is in a very good place offensively. Hopefully Dallas starts missing their shots, and Malachi Flynn would have been the guy who weathered the storm for us. But yeah, these are important baskets for Malachi. Makes a free throw. Second free throw will give the Raptors a chance to have an 11-point lead. Malachi puts it up, and it goes in. 11-point lead for Toronto, 104-93, 10:28 to go. Kyrie with the ball, Malachi with a very difficult assignment of guarding him, and he does a phenomenal job. Kyrie makes that shot because Kyrie just makes shots, but Malachi stayed right with him, put a hand up while he was shooting. There's nothing else you can do defensively against a Kyrie Irving. If he makes tough shots, you just have to live with it. What a pass by Scotty. That pass, it was into such a tight window. He put so much zip on it to make sure that the defender couldn't intercept it. And the defender, Luka, he bit on it. He tried to steal it. He missed it because it was going so fast. So OG catches it, and his defender is already literally just vacating the space in front of him. Watch this. Luka just concedes the path to the basket, going for that steal. That's a no-look pass from Scotty, too. They're showing a replay. He wasn't even looking. Easy dunk for OG. Dallas gets free throws the other way because of Luka doing his typical Luka stuff. He misses the first free throw. I'm telling you, the basketball gods have been on our side, Raptors fans. All these free throws Dallas gets, they keep missing all of them. Not all of them, but a lot of them. Marcus Smart is so bad. Marcus Smart's a funny guy, man. Let me know, Daniel. Did Miami get that win? I saw that they were up 7 with like 4 minutes to go in the third. Malachi Flynn passes it to Scotty Barnes. Scotty Barnes takes it aggressively against Dwight Powell. I think a foul is called there. For as off as that shot was, I'm sure he was fouled because you don't see Scotty Barnes miss that badly. So this should be free throws for Scotty Barnes and a chance for us to go up 12. That's what we should be getting here. Yep, Scotty Barnes to the free throw line, makes the first free throw. Scotty Barnes stepping up for the second free throw. Makes both. 108-96, 9:43 to go. Malachi Flynn picking up Kyrie Irving full court. What a time. What a time to be alive. They switched the pick and roll, so now Malachi Flynn is on Luka. Luka will surely attack this, takes it right to the basket, draws the second defender. So obviously that's the thing. Malachi Flynn cannot guard Luka, right? So naturally, when Luka starts to go towards the basket, Scotty Barnes has to leave his guy to come double team Luka, and Luka, just knowing how high his basketball IQ is and his understanding of these kind of moments, just like immediately understands where the pass needs to go, passes it right to Dwight Powell, who honestly, the position that he was in, it's kind of inexcusable that he didn't dunk that and get an and one. It's actually so funny that he missed that. He's not the best free throw shooter, so he's very capable of missing a free throw here. He made the first one. I'm assuming he's going to miss the second one, just the way Dallas's free throw luck has been going. But what do you know? It one of their lesser free throw shooters gets both to fall, unlike some of their better free throw shooters. But it is now a 10-point game, 9:40 to go. Malachi Flynn goes right, passes to Scotty, who gets a bit of space, takes the three. A decently open look, just can't get it to fall. Early in the possession, so you don't love to see that. But Dallas goes the other way now. OG guarding Luka. They switch again, so now it's Chris Boucher. Chris Boucher, it's a step back three from Luka. You live with that, especially over a guy like Chris Boucher with his wingspan. If a guys are just going to lazily shoot step back threes over his outstretched arms, you live with that. He very well could have made it because he makes those kind of shots, but you live with that defensively. Gary takes a step back three of his own the other way. He was a lot more open, and he gets it to fall. Kyrie goes left, pull up from the mid-range. Francisco, he missed it. Kyrie missed that, so he's still at 22. OG tries to drive, gets swiped. Dallas goes the other way. This is going to result in free throws or a basket. Wow. Dallas somehow messed that transition opportunity up so bad. Unfortunately, Luka Luka dived out of bounds and just chucked the ball into play to save it. And usually when that happens, it doesn't work out, but it did. That went right to Dallas. They're able to get Dwight Powell free throws out of this. That being said, again, like I said before, I'm not particularly upset with the fact that Dwight Powell is the guy shooting free throws. That being said, I'm seeing a replay here, and that's a pretty soft call. But again, you get what you get with these referees. Misses the first free throw. What did I tell you guys, people? This guy is very liable to miss free throws. Pascal Siakam has checked back into the game. Malachi and OG are out. Very good little shift from Malachi. Look, can't complain. Cannot complain with what Malachi has given us today. You see Garrett Temple hugging him. He's getting some love from the OG. 12-point game, 8:17 to go in the fourth. Dennis, defensive breakdown there, just casually dribbles beside his man, by his man, gets right to the basket, and it gets an open layup. And honestly, we just handed the thing right back to them. Basically the same layup for Luka. Both teams traded like possessions that completely cancel each other out. So rewind that 12-point game, 7:40 to go this time, not 8:17. Dennis goes left, looks right, passes to Gary. Gary pull up three. Not pull up, just took a three. Raptors get the offensive rebound. The ball ends up in Dennis's hands. Dennis, oh wow. Dennis gets to the free throw line here, but what he did here I think is really crafty. He blows by his defender, meaning like he runs right by his defender, but basically before shooting the ball, he hits the brakes and just stops. So he's sprinting, he just like halts his momentum all of a sudden as he's shooting, and the guy chasing him from behind, again, a defender in desperation to recover, runs right into him. (114, 101). Luka, I don't know how that's not a travel, but whatever. Corner three for Dallas. They get it to fall. Number 8, I don't know who that is. But Dennis is intent on letting the ball roll down the court so that the shot clock doesn't run. Killing a bit of time there. 10-point game. Dennis goes around the screen, gets the switch, backs down. Once again, gets the switch on Luka, a defender with significantly slower feet than him. Backpedals a little bit, gets him to come out a little bit, and then runs right into the space that Luka vacated. When he backpedaled there, if Luka didn't follow him, he's taking an open shot. If Luka does follow him, I'm sprinting right behind you because I know your foot speed can't match mine. Luka does his Luka things, fade away from the mid-range, misses. Scotty gets the rebound and just sprints down the court like Giannis. Scotty just gets the rebound and just says, time to go from one basket to the other, just sprints by the defense. Nobody is looking to get in the way of that locomotive. Scotty Barnes is newly 6'10" people. He was 6'8" as a rookie. He said before the season he has now grown to 6'10". He has a lot of muscle on his frame. Sprinting down the court, that is not something a lot of people want to get in front of. And you can see right there, Dallas, they wanted to just take lazy swipes at him. Nobody tried to get in front of that, and one at the basket. Just a small taste of some of the special things that could be in Scotty Barnes' future as he grows into the player that he will be in his peak. But that is a big moment there. It's a 14-point lead that could become a 15-point lead with 6 minutes to go. Again, this is one of the more satisfying Raptors games I've watched in a bit. Not even purely just because of the result. It's just like I just have nothing to complain about. And like that's the thing. I try to be fair about what I'm seeing. I will tell you guys exactly what I see and how I feel, but I won't have like agendas or preconceived notions about what's going on. Like when they do dumb stuff and just play bad basketball, I'll tell you guys that. When I think that they deserve credit for doing the right thing, I tell you guys that. And they definitely deserve credit today. Francisco, Kyrie Irving is not on the court. They took him out the game with 22 points. He'll probably check in pretty soon. He's at 29 minutes. There's 6 minutes to go. So yeah, he'll probably check in with like 4 minutes to go. 4 or 5 minutes to go. We'll see him back in this game. But yeah. 118 to 104. Raptors outscore. Wow. So we have 70 points in the paint. They have 30. We're outscoring that team by 40 points in the paint. Guys, 70 points in the paint is ridiculous. Look how small the paint is. Scored 70. So I said this earlier, but basically Dallas does not have the player at the rim to defend shots at the rim, nor do they have the players in the perimeter to stop you from getting to the rim. So that I knew that already, right? Like I didn't expect it to be this bad. This is really bad. Dallas cannot stop anything that we have going to the basket. And basically, this is why this team's not actually like a serious team, despite the fact that they have a Luka Doncic and a Kyrie Irving, and they have some of the, they have firepower offensively with the best of them in this league, but they cannot defend for their life. And that will be their downfall as a basketball team. The Raptors look like we might score 130, and the Raptors are not a team that has very many 130-point games in them. But a team like Dallas will give us the opportunity. 119-106, 13-point game. Easy bucket by Luka. Kyrie Irving is back on the court, Francisco. So Kyrie Irving will play the remaining 5 minutes and 40 seconds. Kyrie Irving is now defending Scotty Barnes, and this has to be a basket. A double team comes. A switch comes. The two defenders go to Kyrie. Scotty Barnes makes himself available for the pass. Did that just happen the way I think it happened? Wow. Scotty Barnes, people. Two defenders on him. Gets it out of his hands to Pascal. The two defenders go to Pascal. What does he do? Beeline to the rim. He makes a sprint to the basket. Gets in a good position. Can't make the shot, but again, playing hard, staying engaged, keeping the effort levels high, and getting his own rebound, getting the shot to fall, getting the and one. Oh, they didn't let the and one go. So they called the foul before the shot, which sucks, but he made the free throw anyways. I need that Kyrie over 22 to make the money back I lost over the weekend. Oh, bro, he's at 22. So you need him to score one more point in this game? Yeah, Kyrie Irving will score one more point in this game. You're good. It's a foul on Dennis Schroeder. And Dennis Schroeder is complaining about taking a shot to the face there. I don't know if you guys saw that, but Grant Williams caught him in the face. And the referees did nothing, and he is very upset about it. And I don't know what will be the result here, but I'm hoping they review this because in the soft era of basketball we're in, that is a foul. You have to give Dennis Schroeder a couple free throws for the fact that he got touched in the face. Looks like both teams are going to the bench. We're going to see what happens. Yeah, no, that is what it is. Like, you just can't touch people in the face like that. It's after the play. It has nothing to do with basketball. It's a little love tap. But they don't do that like in the league anymore. So Memphis lost again. Memphis is 1-7. Boy, what is Ja Morant gonna come back to? Ja Morant wanted to be in the trenches. He's about to be in the trenches for real when he's back in Memphis. They're gonna hand him back a 4-21 team. He will be very much in the trenches when he's back. But yeah, while they sort this out, and I don't know what they decided, man, shout out to everybody that's tapped in. I'm at 159 subscribers, so I'm at one subscriber away from 160. If somebody here wants to make my night, man, hit that subscribe button, get me to 160. Yeah, that'll be an awesome milestone to hit, and the road to 170 will begin. Again, likes and subscriptions, two major forms of engagement for the growth of a YouTube channel. So if you want to support what's going on, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and help this channel get pushed to other people on YouTube and bigger, faster. That's the goal here. JJ made a clutch three. We made it hard again. Okay, cool. Kyrie. Okay, well, let's see. Kyrie misses a shot. 5 minutes to go. Kyrie needs 2 baskets to hit 25 or 1, and he needs 1 basket for Leon. So you guys are going to need 5 minutes of scoreless Kyrie Irving basketball. You guys better pray that the game doesn't end up being close, because Kyrie is getting to the free throw line if this game is close. By you, I guess I mean Francisco. Because I think Francisco, like, he was thinking under 25 for Kyrie. Dennis Schroeder gets somebody to jump, gets Dante Exum to jump, and he gets to the free throw line. Oh, we're in the bonus. The Raptors are up 12 with a chance to be up 14 in the bonus with 4:45 to go. So again, every foul is going to be free throws now when the Raptors get fouled. So again, Dallas defensively has to let up a little bit on the aggression. We're going to get a chance to get up a lot of points here. We have a chance to get to 140 if we really want to. If we really want to make a statement, not make a statement, but if we really just want to have a game where like different guys get to, get it going and get in a bit of a rhythm, this is the game. Score 150, feel good about your offense, and then we go from there. 121 to 108. Big game against Boston on Saturday. I think that's our next game. So we had 2 days off before this game. We get 2 days off before Boston. We played 5 games in 7 nights to start the year, I'm pretty sure. But now we get some rest to get our legs back. Luka makes a tough and one. They're not calling it an and one. They're calling the foul before the shot. So the Dallas Mavericks will get no free throws. They will inbound the ball. Luka is complaining a lot, and I think they're going to review this. Actually, they're not going to review it. One guy is walking towards the TV, but the other ref is hanging around like they're just going to play basketball in a matter of seconds. They're showing it here. Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. I don't think that should count as a foul on the shot. I don't think he started shooting when there was contact. That is definitely a foul on the court. $122, 108, 4:35 to go. Dallas inbounding the ball. Oh no, I lied. They are reviewing this. So I guess Dallas must have challenged. So here's the thing, right? I have a feel for this kind of a call, like purely off my own instinct, but I don't actually know what the rule is. So it turns out that Dallas is in the bonus now with that foul. So Luka gets 2 free throws, but he doesn't get the 2 points plus the 3rd free throw. So we save potentially a point out of this decision. Otto Porter Jr. checks into the game for Gary Trent. What a decision. So people, we are closing this game out with Otto Porter Jr., a guy who seems to be getting a slightly... Oh, that sucks so much. Luka misses the free throw. Pascal, the guy who he's battling against, kind of gets the better of him, so they're even to get the rebound, and Pascal knocks it out of bounds, so Dallas keeps the ball. That sucks. That really, really sucks. But yeah, Otto Porter Jr.'s role in this team seems to keep getting bigger and bigger. Luka gets a lot of space for a 3 and gets an air ball there. Scotty Barnes was moving towards him to pick him up defensively. He does a jab step to the right. Scotty Barnes goes that way entirely, opens up a lot of space. But with that good of a shot or that good of a look, he missed very bad. Dennis Schroeder passes it to Siakam, who has Kyrie on him. You got to attack that. They swing the ball around. It finds OG, and OG travels. OG travels, people. All that and OG travels. We had a good possession going. That being said, though, I think I'd rather if Pascal just tries to score on Kyrie Irving there. I don't really need all the other shenanigans. And one for Kyrie. I think I was looking down. I was looking at the chat actually. I was looking at what Daniel just put here. I don't know if that's an and one or not. It seems like either Darko took a timeout or Darko was challenging this. But Bam got 30 points today. Mad he's improving loads. That's nice. Yeah, they're challenging that. So where's Francisco? Francisco, Kyrie might get 2 free throws here, but maybe he might not. Leon, also, this is relevant to him too. Kyrie might get 2 free throws here. Looking at the rest of the games in the NBA. Okay. Washington beat the Hornets. Who cares? Philly beat Boston. That's impressive. Well, I mean, like, it's only impressive because Philly has been consistently getting their ass kicked by Boston for years now. Remember Joel Embiid's famous quote about it. How can it be a rivalry if we always lose? So, I mean, good win for them regardless, I guess. Indy beats the Jazz with another really, really inflated number, 134 to 118. Knicks against Spurs, 20-point win there. What did Wemby finish with? Wemby finishes with 14 points on 4 for 14 shooting. The Clippers, a full-strength Clippers, loses to Brooklyn and only scores 93 points. That is very bad stuff right there. The Clippers team is not gelling together quickly, I guess. I mean, for their sake, hopefully they can figure it out. But this is a really bad loss, especially when Brooklyn, like, it's not even like Brooklyn was carried by great players. I mean, Lonnie Walker was their highest scorer with 21 points off the bench. Wolves beat the Zionless Pelicans. The Rockets really smoked the Lakers. 28 points for Jalen Green. Fred VanVleet, another bad shooting day, but he got 10 assists. I feel like that's his role on that team. Like, he's actually more a creator than a shooter on that team. They have enough shooters. I guess they need his passing more. But yeah, Fred's not having a good shooting year again. Milwaukee barely beats Detroit. That's not good. OKC beats Cleveland, and Toronto Hoop Talk favorite Shai Gilgeous-Alexander finishes with 43 points, 15 for 22, 12 for 13 at the free throw line. Outrageous performance again from Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. The Grizzlies get sent to 1-7. Like Daniel said, 30 points from Bam. Jaren Jackson Jr. got 28. The Memphis team is in shambles. And Phoenix gets a win in overtime against Chicago. Grayson Allen leading the way for Phoenix. Who would have thought? Who would have thought that Grayson Allen is the highest point scorer for anything? So they reversed that call. They reversed that call to give the Raptors the ball, and then what happens? Pascal Siakam gets picked up full court by Grant Williams and turns it over. This has just been like, this game has had some weird moments. There was a stretch at the end of the second where there were 3 fouls on 3 straight possessions, just back and forth fouling. And here you got back and forth turnovers. So Kyrie did not get the free throws, by the way, Francisco. But Dallas has the ball, and Dallas is going to inbound the play with 15 seconds to go. Schroeder wants a replay on that. I don't know if it's going to happen. Lakers 3-5. Look at Fatur had all that talk. Yeah, but Fatur talks. That's what he does. All Fatur does is talk. You can bet whatever you want on that. Vucevic leading the way for Chicago. Imagine Chicago and Phoenix played, right? And you think maybe DeMar is going to lead his team in scoring, maybe Zach LaVine, maybe Kevin Durant, maybe Bradley Beal. Nope, Grayson Allen and Nikola Vucevic. What a strange game. So they're reviewing this one, 13-point game with 3 minutes and change to go. Good, solid win by the Raptors is what I'm projecting. We'll see what happens. I feel very good about what we have going down the stretch. Does not feel like some of the games where we've collapsed down the stretch. I feel like we're in a pretty good place. Um, but yeah, shout out to you guys watching because I just checked the channel's at 160 subscribers. So major thank you to everybody that's subscribed right now and has got me to that milestone. Um, yeah, every time we hit a milestone, it just gets me more and more encouraged about what we do. We have a lot of content going on. So, like, what I've done so far this year, mainly so far, is the watchalongs, where I'm live during a basketball game and we're going to react and just go through it all together as a family. But there's a lot more other kinds of content I'm going to do. I'm going to have more like talk show kind of things. I'm going to have more analytical shows talking about tactics. I'm going to have some shows where we talk about the salary cap and we talk about the finances of the team. In the off season, we're going to have free agency streams. During the draft, we're going to have draft streams, or like in the lead up to the draft. So there's going to be a lot of different content on this channel. Again, if you're watching this, you don't want to miss any of it. Make sure you hit that subscribe button. But to the 160 people that are subscribed to this channel as of right now, much love to you guys, man. 160. Hopefully 160 more ASAP, and then after that 160 more, and then after that 160 more, and onwards and upwards for the channel. I want this to be a really cool community. And by the way, if anybody watching this ever wants to come onto the channel and be a part of the panel, let me know because it is an open invite to people who want to be on the channel. They reversed the call. Toronto basketball, OG corner 3. That would have been the dagger, I think, but he missed. But Scotty gets the offensive rebound. Scotty draws 2 defenders, kicks it. Otto Porter gets an open 3 out of it. Otto Porter can't cash it in. Pascal Siakam fighting hard for an offensive rebound, can't get it. 2 decent looks from 3, 2 misses, but at least we killed a decent amount of clock. Luka foul baiting. Fortunately, nobody jumps, but he finds a wide open Dante Exum underneath the basket. Exum gets the shot to go, 11-point game. Gonna go watch the terrace and see United fans rant. Enjoy the game. Peace. Oh, 100%. Daniel, enjoy that. Enjoy that. Step back 3 from Dennis. Misses. Dallas goes the other way. Dante Exum in transition. Backs out. Raptors defense gets set. Luka with OG on him. Luka backing down OG. Takes a tough shot. Oh, my God. That's a tough possession, man. It starts with Luka. It starts with Luka. A very good defensive possession from OG. Makes him take a contested shot, right? Exum gets the offensive rebound, whatever. Dennis, very good defensive possession. Makes him take a contested shot. Misses, but he gets his own offensive rebound. And then a bullshit foul there, and Exum gets free throws. But again, yet again, Dallas misses the free throws that they get. But that's just tough. When you play such good defense, but the ball just doesn't bounce your way, or like the guys are playing defense, so they're not in a rebounding position, it sucks. But fortunately, Exum gives us 1 point back, so it's a 10-point game, 2:30 go. You think Kyrie's going to end at 22? Nah, I think he'll get a point. I think he'll get another point. I don't want to hear any Pascal slander. Scotty Barnes finds Pascal. Scotty Barnes, another offensive rebound. OG takes it aggressively to the basket and gets fouled. So what Kenyon is saying, and by the way, people, this is Kenyon, who runs a channel called Basketball Rewind. So the 26 people watching here, if nobody goes and subscribes to Basketball Rewind, I'm gonna tell it like it is. There's 26 haters in this chat, but OG misses the first free throw. Don't want to hear any Pascal slander. Yeah, I hear you. Pascal's definitely had a great game. I thought he had like a 2-minute stretch that really pissed me off, but everything else has been solid. He's had a obviously very efficient game. He's playing well, but also playing really, really hard. He's been fighting his ass off around the rim to get these rebounds. I knew you'd like that. But yeah, he leads us in rebounds. There was a point where I checked the stat sheet in the third where he was leading us in rebounds, leading us in assists, and leading us in points. He's playing really well this game. See, okay, yeah. I know you'd know. For sure. Like, it happened. There was an ugly 2-minute stretch. But everything else has been good. Oh man, that swing to OG at the top was nice. So Kenyon, I actually think there's been a handful of moments in this game that were really, really nice. So that 3-point shot that got set up by Gary for Gary Trent, where it was Scotty faked the dribble handoff to Otto Porter Jr., I think, who basically like went around Scotty to set a screen for Gary Trent, who was coming from the other side, who then Scotty just handed the ball to get an open three. I thought that was a really cool play. There was a couple actions in this game that I watched and I was like, oh, what is Darko cooking? What is Darko cooking? Like, these are things that I think you'll see more and more of as the season goes on, as basically like the players get more and more familiarity with these actions and they're more and more rehearsed and there's just more cohesion and rhythm between the players. As I say that, another basket by Pascal, another great pass from Scotty. Darko may actually be learning as a coach. 100%. Kenya, rookie head coach. I think a big part of the learning process has been the substitution pattern. I think he said, I didn't catch the game against the Spurs, the only game I missed. The substitution pattern in this game, I think, has been really good. I think it hasn't been good in other games. I think it was awesome today. Did Kyrie just score? I missed it, bro. I missed it. Okay, so on that last possession, Siakam stayed with Luka. Then the switch happened. He blew past the player. He switched on. That's been happening a lot in this game. Like, we have a lot of points in the paint because at the end of the day, with our three guys, OG, Pascal, and Scotty, there's somebody on this court for Dallas who's trash defensively and tiny who's going to be matched up on them. So somebody's going to have an easy bucket, right? And a guy like OG occasionally is just going to be stiff and get stripped like in those situations because that's just what he does. But guys like Scotty and Pascal are just built to attack that kind of a team, and they did. Also getting Pascal his shots in normal positions. Yeah, for sure. Pascal's got a lot of good looks. I remember there was like these two possessions he got two shots within a 3-possession span of just like he was posting up Tim Hardaway Jr. in the low post. And I'm looking at that and I'm like, if you're Dallas, you have to be shook about that defensively. Like, how are you happily letting Pascal get to the low post against Tim Hardaway Jr.? Like, that has to be the first thing you try to avoid. Don't want to hear that Pascal and Barnes can't work. So I think this is the best in terms of proof of concept. This is the most this is the most valid like example of the proof of concept in terms of them playing together. Now, what I will say is like this is a matchup of it. Like, this team defensively, Dallas is so well suited for guys like Pascal and Scotty to attack. But that being said, like, this shows you like the standard or like this is like what they should be aiming for. Now, I think they're going to have to grow into being able to execute this against better teams, but this is kind of like the playbook. The main challenge is teams like Mini. What's Kyrie's ending numbers? All right, the game is over, so I'm going to get my guy the Kyrie ending numbers. Shit, he finished with 22. Hey, congrats. Congrats, Francisco, who made a bet with his friend over Kyrie scoring less than 25. You got it. Marginally, but you got it. The main challenge is teams like Mini. Yeah. And if I have money on Kyrie. Yeah. No. This guy was betting against his friend, saying that Kyrie would have less than 25. Where's Leon? Leon from Montreal said that I need Kyrie over 22 to make the money back I lost over the weekend. Well, you lost more money, I think, unfortunately, but that's the name. That's the game of gambling. So Kenny, what I was gonna say, the thing that I'm so pleased with about the performance tonight from Pascal and Scotty is like they both had their moments of like doing the flashy things in terms of scoring the ball, you know, taking their jumpers that they like to take, but they also played really hard aside from that, right? Like there was no like superstar complex at all. They both played like they're hungry and they like fulfilled the role of a superstar at the same time almost, you know? Like that's not something, I feel like that's a hard thing to get from one player sometimes. It's a hard thing to get one player to do like have a 30-point game and play tough, but we had two guys going at the same time. This was a thing of beauty. Now, again, Scotty didn't have like that great of a game in the grand scheme of things, right? 14. Oh shit, he had 14 rebounds. Never mind. See, that's the thing, right? Scotty shot 4 for 15. he shoots like 7 for 15, makes 3 more of those shots, and it's 20, 14, and 7. And this is a crazy game. But that being said, like, um, yeah, like this is a great example of two players getting it going offensively, playing smart basketball and playing hard. Like you got to check. Like I think when you can check all three boxes, right? Energy, smarts, and productivity. That's an elite performance. Because sometimes you can always say that one wasn't there. Either a player was playing smart and productive, but they were kind of just kind of sleepwalking on the court here and there, right? Or sometimes a player will be productive and be playing hard, but they'll just be playing dumb as hell. Shout out Russell Westbrook sometimes, right? But like when a player checks all three boxes, it's special, special stuff. Like I said, you get those two and OG going. It's hard to beat those two. Add one more shooter, and you got something. And stop treating players like crap. Fascinating, fascinating. Yeah, I mean, this is where I think definitely you look at the team and you can kind of see that okay, there is the sum of talent, like the sum of stuff here isn't that bad, right? I think there's times where it looks like the fit is kind of nasty. I think today was definitely not one of those times. But as somebody who's been very skeptical of stuff that's happening, I would say that this kind of put me at ease. And I mentioned this about probably 45 minutes ago on the stream. Like, I'm pretty straightforward with how I feel about things. There was a lot of times on this channel that I showed up here and I was like, I don't know what we're doing. And I hate the way we play basketball. And this is not fun to watch. But today, none of that was applicable. And I think I reiterated that point a few times over the stream. I was like, this is such a like, I'm so pleased as a Raptors fan today. And this hasn't happened in a long time where I've had no complaints. And I'm not looking at stuff and I'm confused about what's going on. I'm not looking at stuff and I'm frustrated about what I'm seeing. I'm just genuinely happy at the basketball that I saw. If Barnes is taking the leap, timeline isn't a factor. Notice though a lot of the fit worked with Pirtle off the floor. Yeah, so I think Pirtle being on the court at the beginning of the game was basically when Dallas got their 11-point lead. Then Pirtle came off the court, and I think the lineup that turned the game was with Scotty and Boucher on the front court. And I believe that lineup had Grady, Gary Trent, and Malachi. It was a crazy lineup, but that lineup turned the game. The point is like a lot of the times the lineups that just watching them, they tend to work the best. Like not looking at the stats, not looking too tough into the productivity, but just watching it, it's the lineups without Pirtle. Obviously, Pirtle can do things defensively nobody else can do. But the thing is, Scotty Barnes has low key been doing like not even low key, high key, has been like rim protecting his ass off. And if Scotty Barnes can sit there and let you play a small ball lineup, but then he's cleaning stuff up at the glass, you're in a very comfortable spot. In terms of versatility. I'm gonna go on a mini rant. I've seen people go out of their way to say some nasty stuff about our players, and day by day by day, to the point where it's personal and nasty. This is true. It started with Barnes and Siakam and shooters. Yeah, that makes sense. I remember that. I remember in the second half more clearly that being the transition. So I'm sure that happened in the first half as well. The key is Barnes. He's giving effort every day and doing one thing, which is locking in on defense. That is true. That is definitely true. That's definitely true. Yeah, definitely. The streets need this mini rant, and I definitely agree about the thing is like, I think there's a lot of fans who don't have a healthy like boundary between criticizing basketball and criticizing like human beings. You can very much criticize basketball, but like when you get nasty about people and you just get really disrespectful, I think you've kind of lost the idea of all of this. And that happens every now and then with Raptors fans. We have a pretty weird relationship with the team, it seems, at times. But yeah, there's going to be a lot of talking points. I think a game like this makes the conversation about the Raptors a lot more interesting. And I look forward to being a part of it, people. The next watch-along stream. Time to go outside. So it's funny. It's because, like, you say time to go outside. I've literally heard Aiden, somebody else who comes on this channel, literally, like, I told him I was going live once, and he's like, "Okay, tell the people to touch grass." This is actually what the Raptors fan base needs sometimes. They just needs to go outside, get some fresh air, touch grass, and just reset a little bit. Yes, people, like, comment, and sub to this man. I appreciate the support, Kenyon. Kenyon has been supporting the content since like 12 subscribers, and we just hit 160 today, people. So onwards and upwards. 170 is the next milestone. I will be doing another watch long for the Boston game on Saturday. Big game. Good bit of momentum that we have going into that game with a performance like this and a comeback against San Antonio. So yeah, make sure you guys tap in for the watch long on Saturday. I do believe I will be doing a stream until then, but I don't know. Sometimes shit just happens. But I do want to do like, I don't know, maybe this isn't the time. I'll probably do a stream before Saturday, but definitely a stream on Saturday is coming, people. LMAO. I will officially not attending to the Raptors lose again. Okay, fair enough. Sending love. Love this team right now. Starting to gel. For those who don't know, that's Nico. Yeah, I think it's definitely starting to look nice. It's starting to make sense. Again, like I use the term proof of concept. Like a lot of the ideas that people were throwing around and a lot of the ideas that people were talking about, we actually saw on a basketball court as opposed to like a tweet. I don't even know what the hell a post is called, an X post, right? Or like people's rants. It's not. We're not hearing the ideas as words and comments. We actually saw it on a basketball court, and that was a fun thing to see. And it was a reassuring thing to see that that's even like possible. And also, like again, rookie head coach. It's a pretty new team in the sense that like we have returning players. Why is Nico not coming back? Did his computer get diabetes again? Nah, because we're on a winning streak. So obviously he wasn't here for San Antonio because I wasn't here. And he wasn't here today, and we have 2 wins in a row. But it's totally possible that his computer got diabetes again. His computer stays needing a donut, 100%. 100%. But yeah. I totally forgot what I was saying. But fuck, man, I'm excited. This is a good time. It's a luck thing. Yeah, 100%. It's a luck thing. We're doing really well. He's not trying to mess this up. Again, like if you're a Raptors fan that watched that Chicago game, I think you're trying to relish in the good aspects of what's going on right now, like as much as you can, because that Chicago game really hurt. But oh shit! 1 second, this computer's about to die. This computer might die right now if I don't plug this in. Let me see. Is this shit about to die? I think it survived. Anyways, officially fixed the PC. It's got its insulin finally. Let's go. Let's go. Every time I get on, we lose. No bullshit. No bullshit. No bullshit. Finally, yeah. So that's the thing. I think once the Raptors finally lose, Nico will be back. Again, so here's the thing. Nico might have to show up on the streams that aren't game based. So like when we talk about other stuff, again, I wanted to do a salary cap stream last weekend, but then I got sick. And again, I just didn't want to do the salary cap stream with like a super raspy voice and sound real nasty. I would have been in here talking like Doc Rivers, and I don't think anyone wants to hear that shit. But yeah, I want to do a salary cap stream at some point. I want to do like an individual stream where like we just talk about the different figures and like going forward. But at the same time, honestly, I think the wanting to talk long-term thing was mainly fueled by pessimism and hurt and pain and frustration. But in a moment like now where I don't necessarily feel that, I'm a little bit less inclined to think long-term, and I maybe want to talk more short-term. So when I think about like what I want to talk about, we'll get a live stream going. But that's really how this channel works, people. Like I just get up here and have the conversations I want to have. You'll never hear me talk about shit for the sake of talking about it. I every now and then go like a whole like 2 months without posting on this channel because that's like that's how I do it. If I have nothing to say, I will have nothing to say. I'm not going to feed you guys bullshit, people. Yeah, for real. I'll be on off nights until the Raptors lose. Then I'll get on games. 100%, 100%. That's the schedule, people. But yeah, shout out to everybody tapped in right now. The channel hit 160 subs during this game. I think at some point a hater's probably gonna unsubscribe and it's gonna hit 159. So if you want to give me some security, man, hit that subscriber button. What's wrong with me? Hit that subscribe button, subscribe to the channel. Get me to 162, like a little safety net against the fuck shit. But that'll put me in a good spot. Again, the journey to 170 is upon us, and then after that 170 more, and then after that 170 more. Big plans for the channel. I just need to get to a certain point, and then I can really like get into my bag creatively. But appreciate everyone who supported. A lot of people stuck around for a long time. Ever since the raid, there's been like between 40 to 20 people for like a good 2 hours. Much appreciation to you guys. Make sure you guys stay tuned in. A lot more content coming up, and I'll see you guys around. Peace.